Welcome everybody to the Resident Evil 30th anniversary retrospective / live stream. For some of us here, this is a familiar game. For others, it is a brand new experience, and it will definitely wear its 1996 heart on its sleeve at times. I'm joined by head of video Greg Burke and
Hello.
news editor Donovan Erskine,
What's up?
and I am managing editor and long reads editor David L. Craddock. And we're gonna basically what I did was I sat down and I played through Resident Evil and tried to do it in under 3 hours so I could get the infinite ammo rocket launcher. I also tried for the good ending, so we'll see if I succeeded or failed here. So, Greg, whenever you are ready, we can start the playthrough.
You played on Jill too, which is like
Yeah, Jill's my favorite.
Jill's easy though. Jill's easy mode. I don't think I ever beat the game with Chris.
I beat the game with Chris. I got the infinite ammo rocket launcher with him, and then I'll never play him again. I don't like Chris Donovan because his stories over the timeline have been kind of dumb.
Okay, I was gonna ask, is this you don't like his story or just like gameplay you didn't like?
It's a little bit of both. So Chris has fewer inventory slots, and he also has to collect different keys to open like locked drawers and stuff. Whereas Jill has a lockpick, and she has 8 inventory slots instead of 6. So she takes more damage than Chris, but otherwise Jill is a little easier. Yeah.
Okay.
He also gets the lighter so that he can skip some parts early by getting the jewels.
You have to find the lighter even with Chris, though.
Alpha team is
I forgot about that.
See, the game is opened up with one of the title cards of July 1998. So, as you teased up top, David, I'm not very familiar with the early Resident Evil games. I was too young and too scared to play them. But I have always felt a strange, like, distant kinship with the series because of the timeline. I myself was born in July 1998, so I was like seeing the games like framed that year and being like, oh, that summer, I always felt like I had some place there.
Bravo
and
went to the hideout of the group.
RA universe, I was being birthed somewhere when they were releasing diseases into society.
For sure. Yeah, this and the timeline is kind of condensed too. Like this takes place in July '98, and I believe like it's within like a week or two after the events of this game that Resident Evil 2 kicks off. So things happen pretty fast. Shit hits the fan in this game, and then just kind of the virus spreads from one location in this game all throughout Raccoon City in 2.
Strangely,
is what
most of
happens.
the equipment was still there.
But 2 different incidents though, right?
However, we soon
2 different
discovered
incidents.
why.
Yes.
Both caused one caused by Albert Wesker and the other caused by Umbrella's, or Birkin, I guess. Umbrella.
FMV stuff going on here.
Yeah, this is live action. Before they used CG with Resident Evil 2, they used live action. If the voice acting is exemplary, Donovan, I'm telling you.
They just did an interview with like all these actors, and they said they just showed up and they didn't know what the hell they were supposed to do. It was like so haphazard.
Yeah, no context or anything. We'll get to some famous lines, and I'll do my best impression. I've been pretty good over the years, Donovan. I practice this stuff.
Okay.
In my free time, this is what I do. But yeah, like here in a minute when the helicopter takes off, I think it's Chris, who again sucks, and he's like, no, don't go.
My goodness.
Quality B movie horror, is what we have here, which is kind of a fun genre in and of itself. I think.
Yeah, I mean, that's what RE's pulling from, right? Is like,
Yep.
that era of kind of cheesy zombie movies and whatnot.
Exactly. So Brad Vickers, which they call him Chicken Shit Vickers in canon because he left them. He left. Who do we have here? We have Chris, Jill, Barry, who is Jill's sidekick in this game, and Wesker. So they're running toward the only shelter they can find, which is, of course, the Spencer Mansion.
Chris Redfield.
Oh my gosh, so good.
Jill Valentine.
Play this whole thing apparently.
They had to take advantage of that FMV playthrough on the PlayStation.
Barry Burton.
They did. Yeah, this was so PlayStation. Remember, Donovan was one of the first consoles to have a CD.
Rebecca Chambers.
They didn't take advantage of it.
It wasn't a launch title, right, David? But it came out a year later.
Albert Wesker.
It came out on I think it's March 22nd or 23rd, 1996, and the PlayStation actually
Resident
launched in
Evil.
December 1994. A lot of people associate it with 95, but it came out right at the tail end of 94.
2 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I was actually so the in-game timer counts when you're watching cinematics, although not when you have the menu up. So I was taking some risks here, actually watching the opening cinematic since it's pretty long.
Captain Wesker, where's Chris?
Greg, when did you first play this game?
When it came out, a friend of mine had it. A friend of mine's older brother had it because I was too young to play this game. And it was rated M. My mom didn't want to buy it for me, so
Yeah.
I eventually got it. I eventually bought it, talked her into it because I showed her, and she's like, "Okay." Like it was pretty. It's not very gory. It's very cheesy.
Yeah.
Then I eventually got to play it on the PlayStation. So like probably a year or two after it came out.
Okay. I actually played. A lot of people did this. I actually played Resident Evil 2 first. I had a small black and white television in my room that my grandpa gave me, and I played Resident Evil 2 on that. So it kind of furthered the B movie horror theme, like this old black and white presentation for a video game, with lots of like cheesy acting and monsters and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And then this version is on PC. It looks nicer. The models are not as jaggy.
Yeah.
What is this?
This version, actually, I played this on a PlayStation emulator called Duck Station.
Blood.
And it does smooth out a lot of the jagginess and stuff. And the Resident Evil did just get released on PC. Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 are on PC now on GOG and Steam.
Yeah, that was earlier this year, I think.
Yeah. In fact, I think at the time we're recording this, I think they're all like half off, which means they're $5, which is, if you ever want to get into the classic games, that's a good point of entry right there.
Is RE1 probably due up for a second remake sometime soon, do you think? They already did it once, but that was kind of before the modern series.
I think it is. I think what I've heard, the rumors going around, and so many companies are leaky these days, but what I've heard is that we're getting Veronica next year, Resident Evil 0, Resident Evil 10, and then Resident Evil 1. So I do think they're going to eventually remake 1. Because I feel like they want all the mainline games in the RE engine. They want that library there.
What is it?
Yeah, I think so too. It's increasingly becoming the odd one out as they just kind of control those classic titles.
Yeah. Like the Resident Evil remake actually holds up pretty well. Like it doesn't have, you can use the tank controls with the D-pad if you want, but if you use an analog stick, you get real 3D movement. So it's more accessible than it was back in its day.
Anyway,
but
let's report this to Wesker.
yeah, graphically, this is definitely a PlayStation 1 game.
You missed it, David. What is it?
What is it?
It's like they're just very.
So the setup for this scene, Donovan, Jill just ran into her first zombie. Barry stayed behind because he was investigating the blood. I don't know what he expected to learn from that, but he stayed behind to investigate the blood.
Help me look for him, Jill. And don't leave this hall for the time being.
Still, what's the extent of the severity of the situation at this point in the game? Do they know that society's doomed?
They don't know yet.
Okay.
They don't know. This is one of those games, they didn't even use the word zombie until Resident Evil 2. So it's kind of like, they just call them, what are those monsters? They say monsters over and over.
What is this all about?
But as the events of this game unfold, they realize that there's a deep conspiracy and the virus could be released at any time.
I don't know what's going
Yeah,
on.
there's a lot of environmental storytelling through notes and
Let's
environments
search for him
about what
separately.
happened
I'll
and
check the dining room again.
Okay.
how it was all sabotaged by one man.
This mansion
For money?
is gigantic.
How much money
Yeah.
does he need? He's the head of the Star's Taxi Rescue Squad, and he's head of security for a multi-million-dollar corporation. There's no way his salary was bad.
Here's
There's
a
no
lockpick.
way.
It might be handy if you, the master of unlocking,
Yeah, I know.
take it with you.
It's, the plot.
Thanks.
I don't think too hard about
Maybe
it.
I'll need it.
You can actually find a photo too, Donovan, before the big betray reveal, when you could see him in the photo, and it says head of security on the back, and you're like, oh shit. And that's when you realize
If
that
something
he's
happens,
involved in this
Let's meet
somehow.
up in this hall.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Wesker always wears his trademark sunglasses.
This time.
And then
I'll
later
be
in the
there.
game, you find an incriminating photo of scientists, and there's only one of them wearing sunglasses,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, wait a second, that's the guy. Yeah. You gotta love how he never takes them off, even for photos.
They
Apparently.
have to be punched off.
Yes, that's right. That's canon.
That's kidding.
So Jill and Barry split up. Barry always wants to split up. It's very sus. to
Yo,
me.
let's split
And,
up. I think we should
Yeah,
split
it's one of the red flags.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, you're stuck in a strange house, a mansion, and splitting up is definitely a good idea.
I love the door opening animation where they just cut to the black void.
Yeah, it has to load.
Yeah.
They couldn't. They had to load it. Yeah.
Just goes. Yeah.
It was actually like, it was better than just your run-of-the-mill loading. Like, loading screens back in this day were not very creative. Like, there was usually just literally like a black screen with white text that said loading on it.
No elevators or
Nope.
people narrowly walking between rocks.
Nope. You gotta love that. Whenever you see that in a modern game, like if I'm sidling between rocks, I'm like, all right, what are we loading here?
007 does it a lot, and it's actually kind of confusing because it doesn't feel like you're loading anything. Because you'll be like in the middle of a combat, you'll do it, and you'll be like, I'm like, what's that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I say the game's not that combat heavy. Like the later ones got better at like engaging with enemies. This one you can kind of run around them, or just shoot them till they don't move, or be ahead of them. Like it's more of like a puzzle, like exploration game, really.
It is. I've always referred to it as an adventure game because, like, people like to make fun of the puzzles because they're so abstract, but it really is like a point-and-click adventure game. The puzzles in those are supposed to be kind of bizarre. Yeah, it's really exploration and puzzle-driven. And like Greg said, the combat, like in this game, the zombies have to fully rotate to grab you. So if you just like squeeze by them, it's not too hard to just get around them.
What's amazing is that they were able to keep the core DNA throughout the remakes as well too. You can still cheese a lot of the stuff by baiting animations or getting close enough to like go around in a circle, and like kept that in its DNA. It's almost like they felt like they needed to do that. Yeah,
the Capcom, to me, like to my mind, Capcom is still the best at remakes. Like they really have learned how to thread that needle between what's familiar and what's new for like returning and new fans, which is pretty cool. Like a lot of the police station layout in RE2 remake is the same as in RE1. They just added some hallways and rooms and stuff like that. And this was a classic scare, Donovan. You go down this hallway for the first time and zombie dogs burst through the windows. That's like people's initiation to what this game has in store for you, those jump scares and stuff like that.
And then trying to shoot him was like equally hilarious and hard because you're like, up left. Like,
yeah, you had to manually aim. So I am playing the Resident Evil Director's Cut. The difference there is that if you play easy or standard, you're playing classic Resident Evil. But if you play the advanced mode, you get new camera angles and remixed item placements. I played standard here to play the classic game for the anniversary, but standard mode is much harder. There are more enemies and stuff like that. You can't avoid fights as easily. Or advanced mode is. I don't know if I said standard there.
Okay. Oh, you just grabbed a shotgun off the wall. That's fun.
Yeah. This is actually one of the game's traps. You'll notice once I grab this shotgun, the hooks on the wall kind of move up, and you spring a trap that's coming here. Chris actually can't escape this trap, but Jill can with some help.
you can get, when I was playing the game originally, I wonder if I could get trapped and die, and you can't. Like I was like, maybe he'll come and nope, I died. I was like, okay.
You have to try to go through both doors. If you don't, then yeah, you'll get squashed by the ceiling.
I like how you're tapping your gun, waiting.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
Jill, is that you,
Jill?
Jill?
Not look worried at all.
Jill? Is that you, Jill?
Have you heard of the famous "You are almost a Jill" sandwich line, Donovan?
Please.
That does sound familiar, but I don't know the context around it now.
It's coming.
This is it. Yeah, it's coming. So like Jill's almost getting squished here. Barry will pull her out of harm's way, and he's like, "You were almost a Jill sandwich." Yeah, that became a meme in 1996.
They've always had that writing.
Oh, Barry!
Yeah.
That was
The writing in the
close.
remakes is actually like,
You were
some
almost
people
a
don't like that
Jill
they take
sandwich.
themselves much
You're
more
right.
seriously, because the writing in the
Barry,
remakes is
thanks
actually
for
pretty
saving
decent.
my life.
It's still kind of like inherently
But Barry,
cheesy and
didn't you
fun,
say you're going
so I
back
don't
to
mind
the
it.
dining room to do some research?
I think so too.
Why on earth are you here?
Barry, didn't you say you're going back to the time?
Yeah,
I just had.
I love
something
how she
wanted
says
to
it in English.
check.
She's like, "But Barry."
Now, let's get back
just
to
like-
searching for the lost
They're
Captain
just like,
Chris,
shut up and
shall
read the
we?
line. All out of order. Nothing to look at. No context.
Right.
Just say the line.
Right.
Thank you, Barry.
Yeah.
I know. I think they kept the cheese from it, David. Some of it in the new ones. Leon, especially. Like Leon, it leans into the cheese really hard.
Yeah. I love Leon's character. One reason I really liked Resident Evil Requiem earlier this year was just kind of seeing the evolution of Leon's character from like this rookie cop to much more battle hardened to kind of the same in 9, but even more grizzled given his appearance, and it's been like almost 30 years for him.
What was crazy about this game, Donovan, is that you had to, because of the angles were static, like you'd have to really listen for sound design cues to see if there was an enemy in the room or around the corner as part of its design, which was kind of creepy and clever.
Yeah.
Like you're down a hallway and like your character can see, but you can't, and you don't know, you hear something down there, but you don't know what it is until you walk forward and get grabbed. So
it's also a classic staple here. Like you have to use the ink ribbons to save. You've got your herbs and your first aid sprays. The knife, which is worthless.
A lot of things that, became mainstays of the series.
Yep. And you could not manually reload in this game. You actually had to go into the inventory and combine the gun and bullets.
or you ran out, which you didn't want to do that. And they do have a reload animation, but you never want to do it because it's so long. It's just easier to pause.
Yeah, different reload or different loading animations for different environments. I'm curious, in the chat, we've got RM Squires hanging out. We've got community manager. Yeah, what's up, man? We've got Denny hanging out. I'm wondering how you guys got into Resident Evil. What was your first Resident Evil game? And what are your memories of this one? I know it came out on Saturn, too. I think it might have been on Saturn first, but more people play it on PlayStation just because Saturn never really found its legs anywhere.
You can't alienate your user base by the Sega CD and release a Saturn, and then do it again by releasing the Dreamcast. People are tired of buying stuff.
That's true. And with the Sega Saturn, I think that was the one where Sega, I think it was at E3, they were like, the Saturn is available now, and retailers were like,
what?
Is it? Because they just kind of like sprung it on the entire retail industry. Like some retailers had it, some didn't, and so a lot of them started to like kind of soft boycott Sega. So Donovan, I kill strategically. I tend to kill zombies in areas where I'm going to come back a lot.
Okay.
It seems like this game is conservative with ammo. It's really not. Like another meme of classic Resident Evil games is like you end up saving you save your ammo. You think you'll need it later, right? You're like, oh, I better save these shotgun shells. I better save these grenades. But by the end of the game, you've killed the final boss and you have like 30 grenades and 80 shotgun shells, and you're like, oh, I could have like blasted everything.
Well, I think that's part of the design too, because there are some boss fights where you have to actually use ammo. So if you're out of, I guess you can use the knife. Like if you're like, I've seen people use the knife, it takes forever, but I've seen it.
Yeah. I did a knife only run recently in this game.
Should have done that one. That would have been amazing. That's amazing to see.
I know. I should have.
I watched a knife only run of the remake 2 recently, and that was really impressive. The last boss battle took like 40 minutes though.
Oof.
You shot the zombie to the ground there, then it got back up. I love the animation of it standing back up because, unless I'm mistaken, it just looked like the animation of it falling down reversed, where he just like slumps forward and like back up.
Whoa,
that's pretty good.
This hall is
Efficiency
dangerous.
with animation.
Maybe it's better to secure our escape
So
first.
to kill zombies, the way it works in the remakes is, I'll like shoot a zombie until it's down, and then I'll wait like 2 seconds and then shoot it again, like in RE2. Just to see if it's dead or not.
Just a moment.
In this one, you have to wait to see if a pool of blood spreads underneath the zombie. And if it does, then it's dead and you can move on.
It's really powerful, especially against
I can't believe your
living
first
things.
game was 2,
Better
David.
take
That's
it with
crazy.
you.
But how about you?
Yeah, it was my friend Andy had come over
Thank you.
to stay the night
take
when
this
we were in
then.
high school, and he we kind of traded games. Like he played Diablo on my PC, and I played RE2 and got totally hooked on it. And then he let me borrow his PlayStation, and he had the Resident Evil. I think he had Resident Evil 2 DualShock Edition, which came with a demo of the Resident Evil 1 Director's Cut. So I got to play the demo of that game. But my first full RE was 2, and then I backtracked and got this one for PlayStation. Yeah, once again, Mary's like, let's keep splitting up. Oh no, look at that blood on the wall.
Yeah.
Going into dangerous territory here, clearly.
some nice interior decorating here. The leaves.
In the director's cut, he's a zombie, right? In the director's cut?
Yes. If you play in advanced mode, he gets up and chases you. One thing I was careful to do here is if you get much closer to him. So I just picked up the bazooka. And if you get much closer to him, it actually triggers a bunch of crows, and I just didn't want to deal with them, so I just got as like far away as I was allowed to stand, and then just grabbed the weapon and left.
Know your route.
That's right. Yeah. By the time I recorded this was like my 5th or 6th time playing in like a week. Because you can finish this game. The first time you ever go through it, it takes like, I don't know, 6 to 8 hours. It feels long. But if you know what you're doing, you can finish it in like 2 or 3.
Uh-oh.
Which is actually, I know. Look at this. I got myself into a situation here. First damage. Joe got bit. She's doomed. I usually kill this zombie and leave the other one alive. Because you can avoid him pretty easily.
And in basic video game fashion too, Donovan, if like you leave enemies alive, like even if you kill everything in at a certain point in the game, enemies respawn as hunters, right, David? As you go back in.
No, that's the remake. You're thinking of the remake.
Oh, okay.
The Crimson Heads. In the remake, if you kill a zombie and don't burn it, the body, they will get back up later as like zombies called Crimson Heads. They're red all over, and they're like 3 times as powerful and fast.
No, I thought
But in this game...
Yeah, I thought the hunters, the lizard things, I thought they spawned where zombies were when you come back to the mansion after the courtyard.
Yes, they do. But whether you kill the zombies or not, the zombies are gone later, and the hunters take their places. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta love it. There's such stereotypical zombies, like with the arms outstretched and everything. It was actually, zombies weren't like big in horror. It was George Romero's Night of the Living Dead and Resident Evil that kicked off Zombie Mania, which is kind of cool.
Nowadays, you need increments to save. Need to save. You can't just save.
Yeah. I only saved before I was about to do something like particularly challenging or stupid. So I don't know if I save here or not. I don't think so. So RM Squire says, my first was RE4 on a used GameCube. Played it 4 times in a row through all the skill levels. Yeah, man. Resident Evil 4 on GameCube was transformative. I remember I was so hooked on that game when I got it that my grandparents flew me to Florida for vacation, and when we weren't out at the beach or like going out to eat or hanging out or whatever, I was just playing RE4 on my
4 was revolutionary. That game was huge. I mean, I remember the fact that Nintendo got the Resident Evil license was a big deal.
Yeah, that was the thing too. Nintendo was still known for like kind of kiddie, family-friendly games, and then they landed an exclusive deal with Capcom for Resident Evil 1 remake and Resident Evil 4 for like 9 months. And it made people look at Nintendo pretty differently.
Yeah, I
remember.
remember
the days of censoring Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I remember reading it in a GamePro magazine comparing the versions of like Resident Evil 4 from PS2 and Xbox.
Yeah.
And how like GameCube was really the best of hardware platform-wise, was the most powerful console in the market. You could get water reflections, all this shit. Like there were water sections in RE4 that weren't there on the PS2 version. Like they just removed the water, so like because it couldn't handle it. I think that was
that'd be
Nintendo's
fun.
big takeaway. Like, you could have the most powerful console on the market, but like, it's the games that matter. That was a huge lesson for them, I think, for the Cube. I love the GameCube. I think it's one of the best consoles, but still.
Yeah, I agree. I think it ultimately came in last that generation, but
Yeah.
if you wanted quality exclusives, the GameCube was it.
And I also remember
good third-party
Sunshine getting
exclusives.
dunked on, but I don't know why, because I like Sunshine. I don't know why that game gets dunked on.
It was kind of a departure for Mario in some ways. Like, it was still a platformer, but I think a lot of people just didn't like FLUDD and having to like clean up all the goop and stuff. But I liked it too. At one point, it was my favorite 3D Mario. Like, I really liked it.
What I find funny about that, David, it's just like they're making me clean up, and like Animal Crossing New Leaf sells 10 million copies. It's like,
Yeah, I
wait
know.
a minute. Wait a minute.
Like, what? Yeah, even in this playthrough, I have so many more herbs than I need, but I always save them. Just because you can actually take a pretty good amount of damage. I'm still, like, I got bit by that one zombie, but I'm still on green fine, so.
Yeah, once I start taking damage, I just panic and full send all my resources. Like, this must be fixed, I can't die.
Yep.
What's interesting is that the tank controls in this game, it's hard to see because David's playing it. I don't know, David, did this game have modern controls? Could you use the analog sticks for this version?
Nope. Tank controls all the, I mean, you could, but it was tank controls all the way.
Yeah, tank controls
No
are
matter
what
what.
adds to the game design and its challenge, because I went and played the remake of 1 on the Xbox and the analog sticks, and I was just like, I was like flying through everything. Like, this is so much easier than having to
Oh, yeah.
turn and like run.
You can-
Like, I was just, this is amazing.
You can, like, literally run circles around zombies.
Yeah, so it's the hard, shitty controls are part of the charm, I guess.
Yeah. Well, they never, like, so they didn't add the true 3D controls. By the way, we are now joined by senior news editor TJ Denzer. Thank you, TJ.
Yeah, I was actually just coming in with. I think we were about to hit the same thing. Is that they added a modern style controls in the remake of Resident Evil 1, but it was kind of weird because they kept the fixed camera. So
Yeah.
like direction permanence was weird in that game. Like, you would press in the direction you wanted to go, and they would go in that direction. But then the camera would switch, and you would not be going in. It didn't keep it like when you went through to the other side.
Yeah. I still played with the tank controls. Just because I was. used
Yeah,
to
Donovan,
them.
to run, you had to face a direction, then press down, and was it R1 or R2 or something, or square? It was
It's
like one of the buttons.
square.
Yeah,
It's
R1 and
square.
square. You'd hold to go forward. You'd press it down and hold square, and you would run forward. It was very wonky. Like, looking back at it now. Look out, David!
No. It could happen.
Oh no!
Itchy tasty.
Itchy tasty. Yeah, this is the famous diary entry.
So do you are you aiming with this, or is it just like you just face an enemy and shoot, and it's a...
You have
So
to
you
aim.
do just face an enemy and shoot. You do have to manually aim in the original. In the director's cut, it has auto aim, and they kind of made that a staple going forward in the classic games. Like, it just auto aimed automatically, and you could, like, if you held R1 to aim, you could then hit, like, I think it was L1 to like switch between targets automatically. But yeah, in the original version of this game, you had to manually aim. Really, like, other than the shotgun, damage dealt anywhere did the same amount. But if you aimed up with the shotgun and waited for a zombie to get close, you blow its head off and kill it in one hit. And you can even do that with groups of enemies too, which was nice. Itchy tasty.
That diary was great because he's like, Scott came, ugly face, so killed him. And you're like, what?
Yeah, in that diary, Donovan, it's this groundskeeper. I think it's a groundskeeper. Anyway, he got bit, so over the entries he like slowly devolves, and his writing gets worse, and like he's just mutating into a zombie.
Yeah.
And the last lines are itchy tasty.
Tasty, yeah. Infamous with the series now. And when I played this game, I didn't realize like it was a outbreak, like a virus. I thought it was gonna be like George Rommero's The Walking Dead, or the Night of the Living Dead, where like they don't really say what happened, they're just walking around.
Right.
I know, and like when you discover it was a lab and like a leaked virus and stuff, and that was really cool as like a 12-year-old to figure that out. because I didn't really read a lot. I didn't have money for a Game Pro subscription, so I didn't really read a lot about the game when it released. I had to just experience it, and there was no YouTube or Cheat CC. Or maybe there was, but I did not have access to it. If there was.
Yeah. So TJ, we were talking earlier about how we got into Resident Evil. Was this your first RE game, or I came in with 2 actually?
Resident Evil 2 was my first as well. I was over at a cousin's house, and they had a PlayStation 1 and Resident Evil 2 Director's Cut. And I had never seen the graphic... So I had never seen kill animations like they had in Resident Evil 2. That was the first time. And what year did that game come out? Was that 1999? 1998. Yep. So I would have been 11 years old at the time, and that watching the zombies eat Leon for the first time traumatized me for a month. Like, I kept a flashlight under my bed, and like we had a collection of Calvin and Hobbes books, and I had to like read them until my brain shut off, or I would be panicking, thinking that zombies were going to come into my room and get me.
Yeah. We also mentioned like zombie mania, the zombie craze kind of kicked off with, Night of the Living Dead and Resident Evil. Like those were the 2 big pieces of media that really kind of lit a fire into that monster type in fiction.
You tell me I'm the most senior Resident Evil person on staff because I started with 1.
But you didn't play it the year it came out, right?
I don't think so. I don't think I could afford the new games when they came out. I think I had to wait. I didn't wait till the greatest hits, but I had to wait until it went down from like 49 to like 29 or something.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't afford to buy them right away. Like Final Fantasy VII, I bought that a year after it had come out because I couldn't afford, the $49.99 price tag.
So, I had a buddy I had another cousin that had Resident Evil 1, and he wanted to beat this game before me because obviously it was his game. Right. But he was like all focused on Jill. Like Jill was like his first video game crush, and and he let me. I like play a little bit of the game as Chris, and he said, "You're not allowed to beat the game with Jill. That's me. I want that." So I was like, "Okay." And so I played through the entire game as Chris and beat it. And he was like, "You're not supposed to beat the game." I was like, "You said I couldn't beat it as Jill."
Yes. That's an important distinction. You were right.
And so, like, my first experience playing this game was entirely Chris because I wasn't allowed to play Jill.
Jill was off limits. Don't hone in on his girl, man. What the hell?
Yeah, I forgot. Like, teacher, you reminded me. Like, I forgot how like brutal the game is. A lot more like, it's not more gory, but it's definitely more like visually terrifying. Like with the death animations and how many people die in that game and how they die. Very.
Oh, dude, the blood spatter on the screen when you get killed and when you get slimed in Resident Evil 2 was terrifying in 1998.
Or the gun shop owner gets died from the zombies too. Like that's yeah.
Yeah, Donovan.
Such a good job with that situation too, where like if you leave the gun shop early, you hear him die inside.
Yeah. I would always I didn't know you could do this at first, but if you go and loot the gun shop owner's body, you'll get either the shotgun or the shotgun with Leon or the crossbow with Claire early. So you can actually have 2 of those weapons, which is kind of cool.
Yep.
I can't wait for the dart gun. The dart gun was super fun.
Oh, in Veronica?
Yeah, or the bolt gun, I guess as they called it.
Yeah.
That bolt gun. The crossbow in Resident Evil 2 is pretty good.
Yeah, it is. It is. Fires like 3 ways, which is pretty cool. So this is another distinction, Donovan. Jill, for some reason, it's kind of stereotype, but she's good with the piano, but Chris is not. Chris is a big dum-dum, but he can't play the piano.
Chris can't read.
And Chris can't. No, he probably can't. And I hate that guy.
No, there's a great meme. There's like a meme where like when they take the font and it's Chris over the piano and go, "There's music notes. If only I could read."
You have to play the music here. It's not really a puzzle per se. You just use the music on the piano, and Jill's like, "Oh, no problem," and just
my jam.
Yeah, Oh, Moonlight Sonata, I can play that.
Yeah. In between training to be a super cop, I just play the piano.
Yeah. Oh, RM Squires missed out. He said RE4 came with the GameCube, ended up not getting any other games for it, and resold it.
Oof.
Yeah, we were talking about that too, TJ. Like GameCube, as far as exclusives, like getting the Resident Evil 1 remake and 4, Wind Waker, Metroid Prime, Beautiful Joe, like those games, a lot of them were timed exclusives, but man, they were good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was like a whole thing with Capcom too, like the Capcom, what's it called, the Capcom 5?
7.
Capcom 7.
Yeah.
Because like, what was it? Killer 7 was part of that.
Yep.
Maybe it was his Smash Machine. That's probably what it was.
Yeah. Which is why in RE4 for GameCube, there's the Killer 7 gun, which is named after that deal, which was kind of cool.
I remember playing RE4 at Comic-Con on the GameCube with the chainsaw controller when they were promoting the game.
Oh, really? You played on that controller? I never got to.
It's gimmicky, but you know, when you like the series, you're just like, who cares? Like, it was really cool. I couldn't afford the controller.
Yeah.
But it was a departure since 3 was really showing its age, and Veronica is obnoxiously long in a bad way.
You can soft lock the game. Yeah, I think I'm most looking forward to the Veronica remake because it seemed to be the classic game most in need of one.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, you know, like RE2 was great. I love that remake. I love all of them. But I feel like, you know, they offer better graphics, the better controls, and everything else on top was just gravy. But Veronica was broken in so many ways. The story kind of had some problems. And I feel like that remake, I think they're probably going to end up like gutting that game and redoing a lot of it just to fix the problems. Because so Donovan, in the original game, you start as Claire and then you go to Chris.
Right.
And the thing is, what they don't tell you is if you put items away as Jill, you can't get them as Chris. So Chris could start like severely handicapped as far as items go.
Jeez.
You could also like, there's like a metal detector where you have to drop all your items. You could forget items in that. It was just kind of sloppy in a lot of ways.
It's
Like,
really really big first half of the game, and like there's another half where you're like in an Antarctic base which just drags, and it's too long.
Yeah.
The game's too long.
I didn't mind the Antarctic base so much because it had some really good boss fights. I really like Nosferatu.
I like that boss fight too. I think my problem with the base was like, so Code Veronica was the first game to use real 3D backgrounds, right? Which was pretty cool. But they didn't have as much detail, in my opinion, as the pre-rendered backgrounds. So like the Antarctic base just had like a lot of like plain walls and stuff. It just didn't have the personality that the mansion and the island did, I thought.
Yeah. I really like the prison island. It's I think it's one of my favorite settings in the Resident Evil series.
Yeah, it'll be cool to see that come back.
And you found out what happened to Wesker. Like that, him being alive was a huge, like, crazy moment when you're playing that game. I was not expecting to see him in that game.
Because this is going to be the first time that we've seen Chris and Wesker in the remake timeline.
That's right.
So, actually, like, this is the first time we've seen Wesker at all in this remake timeline. Besides, like, unless you count the first Resident Evil 1 remake.
No, I hope they use the same voice actor from 5 for Wesker. I like that voice actor for Wesker a lot.
I do too. But that's another thing we were talking about, TJ. Like the new remakes take themselves a lot more seriously. So I don't know if they want some guy chewing scenery and talking about complete global saturation. Like, I don't know if they want that. I don't know if they want that anymore.
Yeah, Resident Evil 5 Wesker was like, I mean, that's what they base everything else that we've seen since off of.
Yeah. Post-mutated world domination, perfect image. Like, I like when he's just driven by money. That's the best Wesker. He's just monetarily driven.
RE5 still holds up, Donovan. If you ever want to play that co-op, I am down because I have it for like everything, and I'd totally be willing to go through that game with you.
Yeah, I have I obviously never played it, but I have a buddy who like swears by that game. Yeah, I'd be down to check it out at some point. One day I need to go through and clean up all the titles I haven't played.
It's
so.
not perfect. There's
It'd be a good stream.
It makes a lot of it connects a lot of dots story wise, which is kind of cool. Like with the origins of Umbrella and the Spencer State, and like ties back to 1 and 0. That's kind of cool. But I remember very little in that game, other than the twist was painfully obvious.
The side villain is also a goofy dude.
Yeah, yeah.
That white like sales con man that is just kind of tagging along up until they're like, we don't need you anymore. Stab.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like very similar to the guy in Requiem, like that dude with the cigarette. Like what? Why is he there? Who are you?
Well, the guy in Resident Evil 5, he's just like some investor con man that inherited a family fortune and bought into like this horrible terrorist company. Tricell, that's the one that he bought.
Tricell, yeah, that's right.
But he has like a ratty New York accent.
Yeah, it's very weird, very very anime, as I call it. Sometimes my anime gets into my Resident Evil. I don't like it as much.
Yeah, that's another thing, Greg. Like Code Veronica went almost total anime. Like,
yeah, it really was. Yeah, really was. Yeah.
Would you just die already? You're making me look bad.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
You think they'll have Steve in the remake, or do you think they'll just cut him out?
Of course,
they'll have
they have to. He's the star of the game.
Oh, TJ.
He's the star.
Leave immediately, but then come back. You're welcome. Yeah, Steve, man. That's another thing I bet they'll fix him. Like he's gonna probably be this like, I don't know. I think he'll have the same maturity issues and daddy issues, but like he's gonna be a lot more stable and hopefully tolerable. Man, hopefully. It's kind of people equate him with Ashley and
hopefully way more somber too.
Hopefully way more somber. But like there are a lot of people for 4 where like if you hate Ashley, then you hate 4. Where I never thought she was that bad. She was whining in the original 4, but that was it. But Steve is, despite being the star of the game,
Ashley's not nearly as bad as like Rebecca or Steve.
No.
Which is why I'm disappointed you didn't play Chris's playthrough. She has some great lines. What? Oh no!
Yeah.
She saves his life.
She does.
He does.
She does. It's only because Chris is, whatever.
She's also like, Rebecca Chambers is 18 years old in this game. What was she doing in a special police force?
I know she was. That's the funny thing about this story. Like when you think about it, it just starts breaking down. Like they sent Bravo team in, which is literally Bravo, the B team, and Alpha Squad came in second. So like, fuck it, just send the B team in. And Rebecca's on there like, hi, I don't know, up from down, and she gets trapped in the mansion. Which is another funny thing about the ending of this game, Donovan. Like, so there are 3 endings. You can escape alone, which is the bad ending. And then you can escape with one or another of your sidekicks, which is like the neutral ending. Or you can escape with both your sidekicks and get the good ending, which is what I'm shooting for here.
Do they make you feel as bad in the bad ending as Requiem did?
No, not that bad. No, Requiem really twisted the knife. But like, the other people's sidekicks don't get out. Like in this game, you can save, as Jill, you can save Chris, as Chris, you can save Jill. But like Barry and Rebecca, their respective sidekicks, just get left behind if you're the other character, which is rough for them.
That is rough.
No.
Yeah.
I can't remember what happens to Barry, but there's a situation in which you can, like Rebecca can straight up die if you don't save her. When the hunters start appearing, there's a situation where if you don't run to a certain room and save Rebecca from a hunter, it'll kill her. Yep. And it'll either happen off screen or it'll happen as you get there.
Yeah.
You're timed on this too, right? You can actually get him the antivenom late and he'll die.
Yes. Yeah, he'll die. Which in the remake, it doesn't, like, saving him or not doesn't really matter. But in the original, it doesn't matter. But in the remake, if you save him, he will die when the snake will kill him. But you can pick up his shotgun, which holds 4 more shells than the regular shotgun, which is cool.
Yeah, much better shotgun.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think that in the original, they just didn't even have that entire middle section of the second floor that's in the remake. Because that remake section behind the second floor stairway is so cool. It's a great addition.
It is. That's the other thing Capcom does well with the remakes. Like, they'll keep a lot of the same floor plans, but they'll add to them organically. So, like, the area you're talking about felt like a natural extension of the mansion, instead of, like, bolted on.
Nice dodge, David.
I know it. I'm pro strats here, man.
Well done.
Yeah.
The better boomstick, yeah. The better shotgun.
Well, and like the end weapons for both of them, I think are a bit different because Jill gets the grenade launcher and all the rounds for it.
Yeah.
Chris has the ability to get the Colt Python. Can Jill get the Python?
She can. They both can. Which means, but you can also completely miss it. Oh, if you're Chris and you miss it, you've got the pistol and shotgun to work with.
Yeah. I think I just remember always getting it with Chris because with the lighter that you get with Chris, you get one of the jewels for it super early.
It's the red jewel, right?
It is, yeah.
It's coming back to me slowly. None of what I remembered in history in high school I can remember, but I can remember the red jewel and where to get it. The stuff that really matters.
Donovan, you took a lot of history in college, right?
A good bit, yeah. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Also, what's up? Who's in the chat? Suff26 with the Umbrella Corporation tag appropriately next to their name here.
Nice.
What's up? Dang, I'm so salty I missed out on that Umbrella badge. Okay, it must have been for an event. That was pretty cool. It's Resident Evil's in that like rare group where whenever fans want to like kind of flex their fandom, they always latch onto the evil thing. Like you always see Umbrella stickers on cars.
Yeah,
it's like just the very evil company. It's like the same thing with like Star Wars, or it's like the Empire. People have like the Death Star on their cars, stuff like that.
Yeah,
Ari is kind of in that club.
Yep. So watching with the sound off is kind of a different experience, but otherwise, what do you think so far, Donovan? A lot of backtracking and stuff. You have to really get to know the mansion.
Yeah, a lot of backtracking. I think more than anything, I guess I'm surprised by how
Hold on. I'll give you a
many
shot
lines
now.
I can draw to the modern games. It really hasn't changed much when you get past like graphics and camera angles and stuff. I think the DNA is pretty largely unaltered.
No, Richard.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, scope's gotten bigger, but you know, just the concept, the mechanics, all that stuff.
If I had that many holes in my body and they were just popping occasionally,
that's rough.
I'd be concerned about my future.
I'd be asking her to kill me probably.
Like, how did the snake even get him? What is that? I've never taken a good look at his texture.
That zombie scared the shit out of me when I played the game originally.
That guy has like 9 holes on his chest.
Yeah, because the snake bit him.
Yeah, but snakes have like 2 teeth.
And now this one it has multiple teeth.
Snake made a meal out of him.
The snake treated him like corn on the cob. It's just like,
oh gosh. Stuff says, yeah, I got the badge during when Requiem came out. Okay, yeah, I missed that too.
Oh, cool.
Well, tell us, what's your experience with the franchise? Did you play the original? When, how, who, what, where? I do like the inventory screen in this game too.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Really economical. Like, it's very simple. Like, every item takes up a slot. It's not like inventory Tetris or anything.
Sure.
I kind of wish they hadn't fully gone away from this whole like little computer screen type inventory with the portrait and the EKG monitor. I liked all that stuff.
Oh no, it's old, man. It's really old. Like, it's pretty dated.
I know. I know it's supposed to be all streamlined and all that, but like there's something about that like big blue dumpy screen with the big old computer monitors on it that's just kind of fun.
Nostalgia's finicky like that. You're like, it looks great, and then they put it in a modern game. You're like, oh, it's terrible. Like, this is why they don't do it.
We got a response. Suf said, so didn't play the originals properly, but played RE1 Remake on GameCube and absolutely loved it. That game got me into Resident Evil. Yeah, we were kind of singing the praises of the GameCube earlier.
Oh yeah, that game is still so good. I feel like it's that and Wind Waker with its stylized graphics. Like if you want to see some of the best graphics GameCube could do, those are the two games to really show off. Like Zelda was highly stylized, Resident Evil for the time was kind of like photorealistic, and man, like it still looks good even though it's like standard def, like 480p, 480i, whatever it was.
Well, they didn't do a remake, but they did like an upscale one for the Xbox and the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, I think.
So that was where things got confusing. That was the remake remastered.
Like, yeah, there you go. Dave said remake, remaster, remake.
Oh no, since the volume is off, Donovan is going to miss out on the best song in all of Resident Evil.
Oh gosh. I did hear Jill Sandwich earlier. I turned my volume up very briefly and was able to catch it. In here. Thank you for the follow.
They retcon that line.
Do you have the link? You can open it up on your computer and listen to it that way. With the link that I gave David.
I could.
I'll make this live afterwards.
In the remake, he just says, "You were almost as flat as a sandwich," and I'm like, "Oh, come on."
Yeah, I know. Say it. Say the thing. You did not. So in this game, you used the lighter a grand total of 2 times, which is a little.
Yeah,
the reason
2 times. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I mean, it leads to one of the best. It leads to the best weapon in the game. So
It does. It does.
But man, Donovan, when you when you get to like the third part of this game, it's like the lab, and you're just wandering around in there. There's a song in there that just sounds like the composer fell asleep on a Casio keyboard and just started rolling around.
Good way to describe this.
We need another theme. Oh, fine.
It's so many discordant little electronic piano noises all at once and such a weird jumble that kind of is a song, but is just really like anyone could have made it.
Yeah, it's like. This is very scary. Oh, I'm getting ready to go fight the snake. I just saved my game, so something's about to go down.
Watch the epic fight of you standing there slowly turning, shooting 1 or 2 bullets, then running, and then repeating process.
Yeah. That's the thing, Donovan. The boss fights in these early games weren't like... I think Nemesis in 3 was an exception, but boss fights in these games could be kind of boring. Like, you really, because it was so hard to move, you really just stand in one place and just keep shooting until they're dead.
Right.
Nemesis was the first time I really remember thinking that something in Resident Evil could finally move better than me. And
yeah.
It was terrifying because of that.
It was.
Take care, Elsa. Appreciate you stopping by. Oh god. Big ass snake. I would have hated this.
Oh, he does kind of have more than QQ.
Action, excitement, drama.
Yeah, good for him. Poison.
You took 2 hits from this thing?
I don't really feel like skill qualifies here. I just stand in place and shoot. But I did, in a recent playthrough, I did beat this fight without getting hit at all.
The main thing is you just move in between his coil, right? Like when he's trying to move around.
Yeah.
Come on, David, you know that in 2026, unless it's on social media or YouTube, it didn't happen.
That's right. That's true.
I did a knife run, 40 minutes. I'm gonna see it. Show it to me.
I like that they put an exclamation point on the poison because otherwise I wouldn't know that it's urgent.
Yeah. Poison! Not poison.
I thought your health was blue when you were poisoned, or is that 2?
No, it's just the blue. The herb is blue to cure it.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. See, I'm getting my colors mixed up.
Yeah,
Here's the discordant theme.
So if you don't get hit by the snake, David, do you still get this cutscene?
No. You just go about your business.
Am I poisoned?
Yeah.
Wait, if you do the snake like hitless, you actually don't get poisoned?
I don't think you get poisoned. No.
Huh.
I don't remember. Even though I just did it like a month or two ago, but no, you could skip. And it happens in the remake too. Like you just get to skip that cutscene.
Mm-hmm. I didn't remember that. There's so many little things.
Yeah.
They did a good job at this one.
IP before it was IP. I wonder why they renamed it Resident Evil in the States.
Because there's a band in the States that is called Biohazard.
Oh, that's
Their
right.
name in Japan is Biohazard, and they didn't want to go into a legal battle with the one that was in the States.
Oh, that's right.
Interesting.
Yeah. Biohazard is a pretty popular heavy metal. Well, they were a pretty popular.
They were,
heavy
yeah,
metal.
at the time, in the 90s.
So yeah, that is why Biohazard is named Biohazard in Japan and Resident Evil in America.
Interesting.
That's interesting.
I wonder where they
Biohazard
got
always
the
was a very
name
cool
Resident
name.
Evil.
Yeah.
Residents, and there's evil things. So I guess Resident Evil.
It's very much named like appropriately like a B movie from the 80s. So
Oh yeah.
Also, I feel like Biohazard spoils a lot of the first game because, like, I didn't know it was a Biohazard when I played this game. You know,
I didn't know it was a Biohazard.
Yeah, I thought it was just like, you know, like zombies just coming back to life, supernatural maybe.
I
It's
played this
13.
cool new game. It's called Biohazard. Well, now I know how it ends, so I don't
Well,
want.
now I know what it is.
Biohazard.
I remember when I played this game, like going through it and thinking the mansion was the whole game, and then when you go to the guardhouse, I'm like, oh my god, and then you go to the lab, you're like, oh my god, it's huge. The game is huge.
Crazy, dude.
And he says he was riding a high with this game in RE4, but RE0 broke my young brain that inventory management was too much.
You
It
can
really
drop
was.
items. Finally, the most
They
requested feature.
Never should have done that.
No, they should not have done that.
Oh, you left something important back at like way, way, way far back. Go get it.
Yep, go get it.
Which always happened with the grappling hook that you got on the train and didn't need again until like the last 3 screens of the game or whatever.
I just think the designer's like, you asked for this. You asked to drop items.
Yeah,
Resident
no.
Evil 0 is another one I'd like them to remake because I like Rebecca, and I think that you know the way that you like Claire's your girl. You're happy to see her in Resident Evil Code Veronica.
Yeah.
I want to see them do a proper take on Rebecca because
I do
think
too.
She's a good character that just hasn't necessarily been dealt the best hands in this series.
No. But no, okay. I think you're right. I think Rebecca has some potential. She's not Chris.
Rebecca is not the problem with Resident Evil 0. It's Billy, in my opinion.
It is. I don't like Billy. I also feel like the problem with prequels is like in RE0, Rebecca is so capable, and then in RE1, she's so worthless. Like, what the hell? There's a disconnect there.
She was
you know?
tired. That's what I said when because
Super
Zero
tired.
explains what happened to Bravo team. Like they had to go through all this other shit, and they had to do the mansion, and they're like, I'm done. I'm tired.
She went through all that stuff and then was like, "Oh my god, I'm still a teenager."
Do you remember that terrible cutscene with Kenneth? Get away from me! Ah! And he would like fall over. This guy's supposed to be trained.
No, cut it out.
Yeah. No, TJ, I'm with you. I would definitely play RE0. I think it's kind of like Veronica, where it has a lot of like good qualities to it. It just needs a modern paint job, and also like I love I don't love 6, but I love playing RE5 co-op, And I feel like if they remake Zero, there would definitely be a co-op option rather than having to control both characters. Like, you probably do that in single player, but if there were a true co-op option, that would be awesome. I would be down for that.
I thought
In
it was
RE0?
like Requiem was supposed to
Yeah.
have like that option too, like a co-op option, but they dropped it. So
Which
maybe
one?
you're right, Dave. Maybe they're saving it for Zero.
Which game was that?
Requiem.
Oh.
I don't know. But yeah, if they did co-op, that would Resident Evil 0 would be a perfect game to do like a Resident Evil 5 type co-op with, if they wanted to rework it that way.
Yeah.
They would also just have to entirely rework Billy because even I can't stand Billy.
No, Billy's
I'm
not
a
the star of
notorious
that game,
apologist.
right, TJ? He is not the star of that game.
Not the star. I'm a notorious apologist for some of Resident Evil's cringiest characters because I think at least some of them are funny. I think Steve Burnside is just funny. Like, that guy is absolutely just not in the right place in that game.
No,
But it also kind of makes him memorable because he's such a doof. Billy is just Billy.
Yeah.
There's nothing cool about Billy.
Okay, so according to Turtle Beach Nick Sparrow, that the prototype had co-op in it and they removed it for Requiem. So I think you're right, Dave. You're gonna get it in Zero for sure.
I don't know. I feel like the odds are good. RM Squires in the chat says I doubt they'd add co-op to a game that didn't have it before. I could definitely see them leaving it out, but like modern, especially in these times, co-op is so popular. Like deathmatch used to be super popular in the 90s, like competitive play. And it still is, like in esports and stuff, but I feel like for the Resident Evil series, since they've done co-op since Zero, there's a good chance that they could make it happen in a Zero remake.
Yeah, and it's just the fact that Rebecca and Billy are together for a lot of that game.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be a stretch to let a second player handle the other character.
No, it would not.
I liked the enemy variety in Zero. I thought it was great enemy variety. I liked that. Like the bugs and stuff. I thought that was cool.
The Leech Fest.
Leeches was cool, yeah. The story's good. But yeah, Billy's definitely a throwaway character. Like, they never used him again ever. He probably died in the raccoon forest afterwards from starvation or exposure.
That would be great. If one of the main characters of this game like goes in the woods and just immediately gets mauled by a dog or something.
All right, time to get out of here safe and sound, and then trips over a ravine and falls into a river.
Yeah, exactly. After fighting all that, trips.
I have to agree with TJ. I don't even want him to have a death by like a cool monster. I just want him to have the most ignominious death possible. Like, just throw him over a ravine. Have him throw himself over a ravine.
Brad.
Have him trip down a hill for like 2 minutes.
Oh no, that's quite an ending. So now we're outside, Donovan. We're actually we get to explore some outdoor environments a bit.
This is the courtyard, the courtyard section.
Making his way towards the guardhouse.
Yeah, and the outdoor environments in the remake were greatly expanded. I really like the outdoor environments in the remake. I thought they were super well done.
That house was terrifying. The house and the underground, everything, that was really scary.
Mm-hmm.
And then that section we were talking about behind the second floor staircase, that led to the graveyard.
Yes.
And this is where snakes just start falling out of the sky for no good reason.
I love that.
Oh no.
I know, more snakes, Donovan. Snakes and spiders are your thing.
I don't get it. Yeah, I don't know what the fixation is.
Look
here.
at the trees in this game. That's amazing. It's the same tree just pasted over and over and over and over on like a wall.
You do what you gotta do.
I know, it's great though. I love it.
Yeah.
Snakes.
Yeah, look at this. Just raining snakes. I like to think that the snakes were also affected by the virus, but really in like a minor way, so that they were like sapient enough to know, okay, I'm gonna climb this tree. Get her! Like, just start dropping down.
And this is where you got the blue herbs, because if any of those snakes bite you, then there's a chance you could get poisoned.
Yep. And I clear this area of dogs because you end up coming back here quite a bit. So I just want to get rid of the dogs wherever they are.
There's like 3 different routes through this area.
Yeah. There's the dogs.
They just wander around until you run up right on them.
Yeah. Good boys.
Except if Frost is nearby, then they just converge on him and maul him. He must have had begging strips in his pocket because they really went after him.
Yeah. I had that guy marked. I do like that Resident Evil 2 wouldn't ask you if you want to mix the herbs every time you go to do it. Like, yes, I know what I'm doing.
Would you like to pick up the key? Well, yeah, I kind of need to get to the door. Will you take the lockpick?
I wonder how many times the no option has been used in Resident Evil item history.
I was terrible at inventory management, so I used it a lot. I'll have to go back to the item box.
That's one thing I like about in Ocarina of Time, Donovan. There are points you get to choose yes or no. Like, will you help save Hyrule? And I would always choose no, just to see what happened. And Zelda's like, you don't mean that. Teehee, will you help save Hyrule? And like, you just have to hit yes eventually.
As a Pokemon fan, I'm all too familiar with that. They do the exact same thing. Yeah. Professor Oak's like, will you help me and go on this journey to fill out the Pokédex? And like, no. It's like, you sure?
The absolute greatest troll that Nintendo has ever put in that option, and I hope they keep it in the remake, is there's an owl that tells you, exposition owl in Ocarina of Time. It tells you all about what's going on for a very long length of time. And then at the end of it all, if it asks you, did you get all that? And it sets the cursor on default by no.
Yep.
And
switches it.
If you accidentally confirm the no, then he'll start the story over again.
So if that owl, Gepora Gebora, is in the remake, I'm docking at a point.
I'm going to hold David to that. He's in it. Dock a point.
-1.
We all had to read it at least once. Well, I don't know if Donovan ever played that game, so maybe he didn't have to read it. We had to read it.
He is not. He's holding out for the remake. I respect that. Yeah.
I love that. I hope they keep it that way. They should put that choice in the game, and it should be on default now.
You've probably seen the meme where it's like the owl's like, did you not get did you not understand what we didn't or not said in the and Link's like sweating between yes or no, like
That's great.
I never got past the guardhouse of Chris. I didn't know how to beat Planet 42.
Shoot it a lot.
You have to like attack it. And I was like, when you're Jill, Barry just saves you. So you don't have to fight it.
No. There's a methodology to dealing with Planet 42, but like it's optional.
Yeah, you talking about the V-Jolt?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Chris gets access to V-Jolt as well, so that's the quick way to deal with it.
He does, but again, Donovan, so the V-Jolt is a formula that you have to mix in this chemical lab, but Chris can't do it because, again, he's an idiot. So Rebecca has to do, so he can't read, he can't do anything. So Rebecca has to come in, and like Chris is like being held aloft by this plant for like half an hour while you go mix this formula.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you do have to send it to her. That's right. And she throws it. It doesn't kill it. It just like weakens it so you can fight it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Chris can only count to 10 unless he's wearing open-toed shoes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I forgot the whole thing about Rebecca. That is another thing that because I've seen a lot of people give Rebecca crap, and I guess it's only because I was forced to play Chris for my playthrough of this game that Rebecca is endearing to me.
Yeah.
Oh, I was hoping you'd let yourself get bitch slapped by the vine at least once.
The
It comes out and goes whap
to.
and just goes back in.
No, it strangles you,
Oh,
and you have to
shit.
like mash buttons to get
No,
out.
it's two animations. It'll grab you, but it also just hit you.
It's the ones that are in the mansion. The plant that's in the mansion will slap you. Plant 42 strangles you. But if you go toward there's that living plant inside of the mansion, and if you try to pass it, it'll just slap at you with its vines.
Bees, not the bees.
And the bees. Man, I hated this part because I do believe. No, that was the bug room inside of the mansion as well, where like you have to put the bee in the bug collection and then it comes to life. I hate that because it's in first person. That freaked me out so bad because I can't stand stinging insects.
Yeah, I do not blame you there.
They have that in
I had a
Veronica.
bug collection
It's a
as a
dragonfly
kid.
puzzle in Veronica, I think.
Yeah, there's a dragonfly puzzle, and they show a dragonfly in the remake trailer, so that's also -1 point. But yeah, I had a bug collection as a kid, but now I cannot stand insects.
They're very alien looking.
Sure are.
It's very weird that they just put a ladder to their secret lab right in this room, just behind a bookcase.
Secret Shark Tank lab.
Don't go down here.
Yeah, what I love is in RE2, you'll find like the secretary's diary where she's basically saying like, what the hell even is this place? And you're like, yeah, I know. It's not your run-of-the-mill police station, that's for sure. But I love in the remake, they give more context. Like, well, this was a museum, so that's why there are all these different wings.
I do like
and
that
stuff.
a lot.
Yeah.
Because it makes so much sense as an art museum.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, but still, like Raccoon City is this huge metropolitan city, and there's like 8 desks in that police station. Only like 10 cops there.
And no bathroom in there.
Yeah, no bathrooms.
Yeah.
The shark was better in the remake. That boss was done much better.
Oh yeah.
And the original, did the shark? Was it in the original game, or did it not get there? I feel
The
like
shark?
that was one of the things in the director's
It's
cut.
here, it's there, but it's just it's
No,
very
it's-
very not crazy. It's just it just swims around. There's like no crazy like.
It was in the original game, TJ.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you didn't have to deal with it. Like, you could just drain the room, which was not even a puzzle. You just throw a lever, as you'll see here. And then you don't even have to fight it or electrocute it or anything like you do in the remake.
If the big shark gets you, it's really funny because it just dives straight up into the air and comes down and swallows you whole.
Sharks do that.
Totally biologically correct.
Yeah, you
Yes.
get like a little POV FMV thing, and then that's it, and then it just kind of swims around, right? That's it.
And
Yeah.
then later on, it goes like, and I don't know if you know this about shark biology, but then they swim back into the water and pull out your skeleton from their mouth, and it sounds like a xylophone, and that's just the way it works.
That's
Use
right.
the sea room key. Oh, they. Yeah.
Arm Squires asks, do they not mention the building history in the original RE2? They don't. It's just they just frame it as a police station and treat it as totally normal, that there are like heart keys that open secret passages and stuff like that. It's a total normal thing to have at a police station.
That useless item thing prompt is also really funny to me. This
Yeah.
thing will never have a use again. Do you want to keep it?
I didn't trust it back in the day. I would keep the keys in my item box.
The rumors
was a
would
stressful
fly on
question
the
the first
schoolyard.
two
Just
times.
like, oh, if you have all the keys, you can open a secret room. Like, just all the rumors that would escalate before pre-internet, just chat room, you know? Like,
Yeah. No, man, if you keep the key at the very beginning until the very end, then you get a super secret rocket launcher.
yeah, I remember that rumor too. Yeah, people were just coming out of the woodwork and saying that stuff. You can't drop the key in your inventory. You have to keep it the whole time. Like, really? No pouches here. No add-ons. No leveling up.
The dormitory key.
You have so much ammo, David. You don't need that ammo. Leave that ammo. You don't need that. You don't need it.
I don't.
Yeah, you don't. You're like, nah, I don't need this.
Like, nah.
I'm just so damn good.
I'm Joe. Game's easy. Yeah.
At this stage, the pistol is pretty much pointless.
Yeah, I think that's why, because I have so much ammo, I think that's why I switched to the shotgun. Oh, here you go, TJ. You just see the sharks like flopping around,
Yeah,
and
they
you
just
don't have to
flop
deal
around.
with
They
them.
don't do anything.
They still hurt you if you walk near them.
No, they
just
don't.
thrash it. Don't
Are you
they?
sure?
I think they do contact damage to you if you go near them while they thrash.
Oh,
There's a ladder. Will you climb it?
I guess.
I love the ladder animation.
The animation.
You've seen the door.
Here's a ladder against the black. Exactly.
In Resident Evil 2, there's a platform that goes from one floor to another, and it's just a dinky little red one-person platform. But the way they do the transition for it is they just show the platform without anyone on it, and then just slowly move it backwards in the black frame.
Yeah, that's right.
We haven't. The Rec Room is the first time we'd seen Plant 42 since the first game, right, David?
I
I think they've had a plant. I don't think they've had a plant monster. They've had plant creatures, sure, but not like like that big monster thing.
Oh, you're talking about the flower underneath the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew what it was the second it grabbed the bus. I was like, yes, I know what that thing is. I sent David I want a medal. I want recognition that I knew what that was before anyone knew what it was. Wasn't it called like Plant 43 or something?
Yeah, it had a different number.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, because they killed Plant 42. You can't just name another plant Plant 42.
They should have called it just Plant 42 plus 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that they left a convenient truck full of explosives right underneath it. That
Right.
was nice.
Yeah.
Right.
So I do not mix the V-Jolt because I'm going for the good ending and the infinite ammo rocket launcher, but you
The
certainly
V-Jolt
could.
locks you out of the good ending?
It doesn't. It just takes time, and I didn't want to waste any time. I did watch all the cutscenes in this playthrough, and those.
It doesn't make a difference with Joe, right? You can make V-Jolt or not. Barry still saves you regardless, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
So does Chris, son of a bitch. Chris hates chemistry too, and reading and math.
Yeah, that's the thing is as Jill, you literally do have to do the math to get because every chemical has like a certain number next to it, and you have to get numbers right to make V-Jolt.
That's right.
And it's a long process of mixing two items together a whole bunch, and then so I can understand why you would skip it if you were trying to play for time.
Yeah, that's what I did.
The
Oh,
original
no, it's not
R3
actually
remake
dead.
is
What
big.
the hell is this?
The hell is it?
Barry!
Jill!
Barry, Jill, the absence of importance is hilarious.
Yeah.
Barry, where'd you get a flamethrower? I don't know.
Don't ask questions.
You guys can't hear it, but it was just Donovan. He just came and he went, Jill, Barry, what is this? Like just completely just not even understanding the situation.
Just a different time in terms of like voice acting. Now it's like almost on par with Hollywood, where there's such a attention on performances in games. Or back then,
But they think it was a big deal to have like voice acting,
Was
past
close.
the
Thanks, Barry.
play in the PlayStation because they had it in
What a
N64.
monster.
It was very rough
I
in
can't
N64,
believe.
very
What
compressed.
the hell is this place anyway?
RM Squire says, I didn't see an answer about RE3 original having more content than RE3 remake. Think it's worth playing the original now?
No.
I don't. So I never really liked the RE3 classic. That's kind of where my interest in the series started to wane a bit. Like it definitely has good qualities. I love Nemesis. I liked exploring the city, but like a lot of the puzzles are really obtuse. I hate the music puzzle. It's random every time, so you can't just like bulldoze through it.
It's also
it does have more content, but I also feel like more content doesn't necessarily mean better content. Like, I loved RE3 Remake because it was streamlined to focus purely on Jill and Nemesis. Like, it was all about their struggle, their fight. And, you know, they cut stuff like the giant worm. They cut puzzles and stuff too, but I thought that was for the better. So is it worth playing? If you want your fix of classic Resident Evil, I'll say sure.
Jill,
but I think 2 and 1 are better.
So you're
especially 2. Like, of all the classic games, play 2.
That's what I
if you
was
really
going
want a
to
fix
say.
of that.
Yeah, 3 fell into that trap that a lot of games at that time I feel were falling into,
I'm
which like they
sorry,
just made it
but I
bigger for
had
no
my
reason. Like it just they would make it bigger and make it longer.
It
Just
was all
but it
I
was just
could
there was
do
so
to
much
protect
backtracking in
myself
3, like an
against those
obnoxious amount of
strange
backtracking.
creatures.
That's all I remember is going back and forth in
Is
that
that
game
right?
consistently more than any
Anyway,
Metroidvania ever
it's
played.
good to see you're safe.
Just back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah.
Jill, our first priority
Which
is to get
I like to
out
an
of
extent because the locations in these classic games, especially
Yes,
1 and
you're
2,
right.
become characters. Like, you have to get to really know the mansion and get to really know the RPD.
Now there are a lot of rooms
Which is
in that
actually another
mansion
reason I didn't like
that we
3.
can't
I
get
felt
into
like
because
like
they're
the
locked up.
idea of setting a
I
game
have been
mostly
looking around
outside
for
was
clues.
cool, but city streets and alleys and
I'll
stuff
go to
don't
the
really
other
have a
house
lot of
and see if I can
personality
find
to me.
any clues.
Not like
Will
interiors.
you do that?
Interiors.
I'm
It's the
counting
same
on
reason
you.
like I love Batman Arkham City, but Arkham Asylum is my favorite just because the Asylum had so much more personality in like every screen.
Very tall ceilings.
Very, very tall ceiling.
If you've
so
never
I have
played
no
it, you
problem.
should play it. They do some interesting things, but that's definitely when it was starting to show its age, especially on the PS1 hardware. Like you could definitely see graphically, it was like they were going as far as they could go with what the hardware was offering.
Yes.
So just like,
What's that, TJ?
I think the set pieces with Nemesis are great, but like I would have liked more of a Mr. X, and I think I think a lot of people had that vibe, is that they were expecting Nemesis to be more like Mr. X, but the game just wasn't built that way. It was built like more of a less of an exploratory adventure and more of like a ride.
Yeah, it was definitely like more of a thrill ride. It was supposed to be that.
Mm-hmm.
But I completely see where those people are coming from. Like Nemesis, I think one of the coolest things you can do in the remake is if you go inside one of the stores and you think like, oh, I'll wait for him to go away. He just stands outside the window staring at you like you've got to come out sometime. And I thought that was really, really like a badass kind of pose to strike. Somebody pitch in the chat. Pitch with a P says, J Vault, I hate chemistry. Yes, so does Chris
This is
Redfield.
Jill.
So do I.
Brad,
Yeah.
it's broken.
I think that Resident Evil 3, I think it suffered from coming right after Resident Evil 2 Remake, because Resident Evil 2 Remake is like still, in my opinion, the highest point of the series so far. I think that everything about Resident Evil 2 Remake is just about perfect. And I think that the fact that you had Mr. X being such a notable threat in Resident Evil 2 made it hard for Nemesis to be the way he was in Resident Evil 3.
Yeah.
Well, that's the point. Mr. X was like the more perfected version. Nemesis was still experimental. Still a tyrant, but just a different type of tyrant.
That's kind of why I think I didn't like my stance on the RE3 remake was I didn't want Nemesis to just be another Mr. X because like you said, TJ, RE2 remake had come out just a year earlier, and Mr. X was so memorable. But also, if they would have done that, it kind of would have just felt like the same thing, but in a different game. I liked that Nemesis was more like they had a stalking section, but it was really only one section, which was kind of a bummer. So I get that. But like, I liked that he was more scripted, and I just really liked the tight focus on his struggle with Jill and Jill's struggle with him. But again, I get those complaints.
I do miss that Resident Evil 2 Remake didn't do scenario A and B because they made more sense in the original game. Mr. X is, stalking Leon in scenario A, then you play Claire scenario B, it's Birkin. So like it's like they kind of work together and they come in as one story that makes sense.
Yeah.
Where like Claire and they tread a lot of the same water. I think Mr. X gets killed like a lot earlier if you play as Claire in the remake. So you don't deal with it.
So the remakes, like first and second runs, were kind of disappointing to me. It's why I think that game got, like, we at Shack News gave it a 9, and I felt that was the right score for it, because in the B scenario, all that's different, no matter who you play, is you enter the police station from a different entrance. Mr. X comes in earlier, and the puzzles.
Hunter.
Yep, first Hunter, and the puzzles are remixed. Yep, first Hunter ever here. Iconic enemy, Donovan.
You can't open doors, right? And he opens doors.
Yeah.
I think I screamed.
That is kind of funny that they show it that way, because it never does that ever again.
No.
Like,
I'm just gonna open this door.
You would think that he could, but he can't. They can't. They're still horrible.
Nemesis couldn't 3, but you had to walk off screen for it to happen, right, David? You had to walk in and then walk away.
You had to be a screen away from the door, like you couldn't see it, and you would hear it open, and he'd come charging in.
He'd go, and you're like, oh shit, he goes to the door.
Yeah. They didn't build actual door animations because it was still pre-rendered cutscenes or screens, so they couldn't have him actually opening a door.
No.
But man, where were you the first time that you got killed by a hunter? Just one shot.
It took my head off. I screamed.
Yep. So Donovan, if you're missing, so there are 4 statuses in this game. There's green, yellow, orange, and red. If you're on orange or red, and you're far away from a hunter, it can jump at you and just knock your head clean off. Instant death.
That's violent.
Yes.
And again, trying to if you were trying to move and aim, it was very hard. So if you were trying to do it quickly, and it just leaped and took your head off from halfway across the screen.
I think it can do it from even yellow, caution status.
It might be able to. Yeah, it might be able to.
The main thing is that it lets loose a big screamy roar, and then it takes a jump. And if you're in the way when it happens, then it kills you instantly, no matter what.
Well, I didn't know that, so I'm sorry.
And if you had been at this point where you're trying to do it so well and you're trying not to save much, and then you run into that thing for the first time and it insta kills you, woo.
One of my favorite stories about that is my brother-in-law got this game, rented it with his friends, and they were playing it over a long night because none of them had a memory card. And they got to that point where they ran into the first hunter, and it jumped over their shot, and one hit them, and that was it. Game over.
Yeah.
No save game to fall back on.
I imagine just about every Resident Evil player has to have had their one experience with the hunter where it just ended their day.
Yep. That's the thing about, if you play the advanced mode in the director's cut, there are more hunters. There are rooms with 3 or 4 hunters in it. It's
disgusting.
Wild. Yeah. Some wild stuff.
I timed it with the save game. See, that was intentional.
Nice.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Well done.
You guys can't hear the sound effects, but they brought them back. I think it was in Remake 3 they have them, I believe. The same sound effects that are in 1 or 2. They're very similar.
Well, the item confirmation sounds.
Little deets and doots and stuff like that, yeah.
I love that.
Although it's hard when they ever introduce a new mechanic in the remake after 3, like the dodge. It's hard to go to 4 remake and not have the dodge, but you have a parry. And then it's hard to go into Requiem without the dodge. It's weird. You get used to make a power gimmick mechanic that they don't bring back.
So there were some leaks a couple of days ago about Veronica, and who knows if this is true, but Claire's whole thing is she's not a badass. She's just a college kid looking for her brother. And I've heard she's going to have a dodge instead of a parry. I think a dodge would be pretty cool.
I love the dodge in 3.
Yeah,
I mean, in the remake one specifically. I like that one a lot. I never got the hang of the dodge in the original one. It was confusing. It was a shove sometimes, and then it was a dodge sometimes. I wasn't really good at it.
No, that was poorly implemented.
Arm Squires wasn't a fan of the RE4 remake because it removed the kick mechanic.
No, you just gotta shoot him in the knees.
Yeah, shoot him in the knees and then you'll kick.
Did you not see TJ's suplex run? He just did all suplexes all the time. You remember that? You just do that consistently.
Donovan, I should have warned you. The snake is back.
Yeah.
Look, see,
Yeah,
look how
luckily
David
it's like,
moves.
you know.
Watch how he moves and aims. It's like, like it's really. Oh shit! You almost
Luckily
died
it's like
here,
an
David.
old-timey 90s graphic snake. It's not the spider from like where Resident Evil was made.
Yeah.
Stop playing that game.
Yeah. I only brought one healing item. It's really old.
You won.
As you
You
should.
can
It
tell
has
you
been-
won because the music stopped, but you were almost dead. You almost
I
died.
know. Yep, I'm on danger here. But I love that. This is where Resident Evil gets thrilling for me. I'm like, no healing items, danger. Let's fucking go.
He's got to lock in, as the kids say.
Joe,
Time to lock
Have you
in.
found
right.
anything interesting?
It's too dark to see anything in this hole.
Yes,
Jump in
but
anyways?
I can't
Sure.
see very well.
But I can't see very
How
well.
about going down to check by yourself?
How about
I
going
have a
down and
rope
checking
here.
by yourself? I have a rope
Oh,
here.
do you?
Here you go,
Well,
Greg.
then I'll
I have a
try to
rope
go
here.
down using
Oh,
the
do
rope.
you?
Oh, do
I'll go
you?
down using the rope.
I'll try to go down using the rope. Okay.
I'll stay up here.
Yeah, again.
Oh, sorry, Jill. I dropped the rope.
Now this point is critical, Donovan, because this is so what happens is
Hey,
Barry
what's
drops the
going
rope.
on?
And
Now I've done it.
he says, just
Sorry,
give me a
Jill.
minute, I'll be right
Wait.
back. You can go on
I'll
without
go
him.
and get another
If
rope.
you do that, he will die later on. But you can
Barry?
actually wait like a
Barry?
minute or two and he'll come back. And if you do that, that's part of what you need to do to get the good ending.
It's a trust fall exercise.
Yeah. Here I am feeling like how Jill's feeling. Like, come on, man.
Just waiting.
Yeah.
I do like
Throw
her
the
idle
rope
animation
back
just
up to
tapping the
him.
gun.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can just throw the rope back up. Nope, nope. That's not gonna work.
No, it's
Anyway,
not
see
going to
you
work,
later.
Jill. I'm back.
I did survive, Denny. It was a close thing. It was close.
Hey!
All
Are
I
you
could
there,
find was
Jill?
this tuft of barbed
Grab the
wire.
rope.
Yeah.
No, that's another thing too. Like this game did have multiple endings
I'm
for both
sorry,
characters,
Jill.
which was nuts.
I didn't know that
Mhm.
was going to happen.
I didn't know
Well,
that was going to
technically,
happen.
I was really careless.
I was really
Yes,
careless.
Are
exactly.
you okay, Barry? Maybe you're getting tired.
There's technically 6 endings in this game
No, I'm
altogether.
all
then.
right. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
That's right.
Jill, I found something.
Like the story that was good, but the acting was so bad is what makes it so memorable. Just laughing at Wesker in the lab. No, don't come this way.
Thank you. I'll take this then.
Wesker, you're pitiful.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so bad. They definitely made it
laughing
better in the
at?
remake for that, and not corny at all. Like that, much better.
Well, it's just like he sounds so hurt by it too. It's like, what? Chris?
What?
Stop it.
Did any of you guys read the novels by S.T. Perry? I read a couple of those.
I read, not only did I read all of them, I interviewed her.
Oh, that's
Um,
great.
Yeah. Because I was like, that's something that's an item on my writing bucket list. I want to write a novel tied to an IP. I just think it would be interesting. She said that the Capcom didn't give her any information, Donovan. Like, she went out and bought the Resident Evil 2 strategy guide, and from following that, came up with like a narrative around it for the book.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
I only read 3 of them. I read the first one, the second one, and the one with Rebecca at the coastline.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I liked that one. I thought that was good.
Yeah,
There were
some
some.
of those expand on the characters exponentially. Yeah,
Yeah.
I read the comics too, like front to back, a bunch. I loved those comics. It was done by Joe. Oh my God, he's a famous artist now, but he was brand new when he did it. Joe something, and it was just a really good book. And I still have them, but they're like torn to shreds because I've just read them and they've been through multiple moves.
Mhm.
I used to have some of the old action figures too, David, but I sold them a couple years. I sold them about 4 years ago.
Oh wow.
I felt like the
Speaking
40.
of,
Felt like the 40-year-old virgin, you know. He's like, "This is the Tyrant 101. You know how hard it is not to open this when you're a kid." Like,
So, speaking of physical items, what do you guys think about the news from Sony today that they won't be making physical games anymore starting in 2028?
Whack.
That's crazy. That's so drastic. That's nuts.
Like they killed the PlayStation 3 and PS Vita store in the same breath, and like, man, it can't make people feel very good to see a company saying it's not going to offer physical media while it kills a digital storefront.
I
Companies
know.
don't like companies don't like people having something forever. So if you have to rebuy it every 4 years, that's what they'll do, and people will.
Capcom has entered the chat. Yeah.
Capcom, yes. Hello. Hello, Mr. Capcom.
It's going to be about that time for Super Ultra Street Fighter 6.
I know. Yeah, Arm Squires says you wonder what will happen with the games industry in coming years. I saw someone on Twitter mention that things just seem kind of bleak for games right now. Like, consoles cost more than they've ever cost. Physical games are on the way out. Microsoft is basically gutting the industry.
A whole bunch of popular engines are just like, here's the latest AI slop we're stuffing into this that will be unavoidable.
Yeah.
I personally think
Man,
that
if you're a
industry has too
developer
many
on
games.
Unreal, if you're a developer on Unreal Engine 5, looking at what they're announcing with Unreal Engine 6, and you're not part of a big company, that's got to be disheartening.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just too many. I think there's just too many games. We all work in the gaming industry, and how many emails do we get? Hey, check out our game. Hey, check out. There's just so many games now. Like, and it's nuts. There's so many games being released and made all the time.
I've never had too much of a problem with the amount of games that are coming out, because it's like, whatever, I can pick and sift and make decisions. It's the fact that the tools for making them are becoming less friendly to the developer and less friendly to the consumer. And that's the part that sucks most, because they're hurting the small-time developers that use those tools, and they're trying their hardest to remove transparency so that they don't have to, like, man, Tim Sweeney being like, you guys, Valve is ruining everything by letting us label AI creators. No, it's actually not ruining everything. It's actually making it easier to make decisions about that stuff. If you don't want that, that's on you.
I agree.
Well, I think it's also a generational thing. Like, my parents don't even understand it. We do, and we hate it. But my nephew, 17, probably won't care if something's made with AI. If it looks cool, he'll play it. And it'll be a generational gap again, accepting the technology and what it's used to create, or people just will stop caring. I talk about this, Donovan, all the time on our pop culture show, like with the AI actors. Like, yeah, their kids care, but the grandkids of the kids might not give a shit and might sign over Stan Lee's rights because they've never knew him. Who cares? I want money. It's happening. It's already happening, I think. Like, I think they're already signing actors' likenesses away to, like, companies.
Well, I feel like the actors have to, or they'll kind of be caught out when someone inevitably does it. And just, like, look what's happening to books. I read that there's an article saying that people at Facebook wanted to ask publishers for permission, but Mark Zuckerberg shot that down because he said that would hurt their fair use argument for assimilating books later. It's like they knew exactly what they were doing by just ripping off all those books.
Oh yeah, everything that's been scrubbed on the internet has been scrubbed. Like,
yeah, 13. I did a search. You can search and see which of your books have been scrubbed. 13 of mine have been scrubbed. And it's like, man, that's disheartening.
Yeah. And
needs regulation badly, but it won't happen.
We've talked about this a little bit about, like, that makes me anxious as an interested but still relatively unproven fiction writer.
Mm-hmm.
And I imagine it feels the same for game developers, like people that want to break into this industry but like see what's happening, and it just doesn't look like a fertile ground for new creators anymore.
No, it doesn't.
I like by the way, Don, if you ever watch David's character walk backwards, it's the same backwards animation whether there's an enemy there or not, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You went through the whole process of looping this guy around so you wouldn't even have to deal with him.
Yep. He's actually a super zombie. He's the only zombie in the game that takes more hits than the others to put down, so I just avoid him.
That's odd. What a weird place for him.
You never need to.
know,
You never need to
I
go
know.
there again either for anything.
No. Yeah, it's funny. Like, here's a randomly powerful zombie in the area.
I do remember the zombie that took way more bullets than it really should.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I never really think about it as far as like it's the only one in this version of the game.
I'm
Yeah.
not really good at math, but that was definitely more than what I'm used to shooting at something. I remember my mind being blown when that elevator took me back to the hallway where I started.
Yeah.
I would draw maps for the second game, David, like routes in the maps go here, X can draw over here, and like, you know, because
Mm-hmm.
pen and paper old school.
Yep. That's how you had to do it.
So many hunters.
I know. No, Squire says must have been intentional since the room was so small. That's what I'm willing to bet too.
The Mo disc.
Yeah, that's another thing, Donovan. There are 3 Mo discs. I don't know what that stands for. You have to find them to unlock one of the imprisoned characters' cell in the last area of the game. And they're all hidden, so you have to like know where to find them and hold on to them until the end.
That's how you free Chris, right?
That's Jill, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's
Make open. The Mo disc.
Make open. There you go. That's what it is. That's probably what Umbrella scientists. They were like so exhausted from creating super viruses that they were just like, I don't know, make open. Sure, why not?
All it does is open one door. Let's just call it the make open disc.
Yeah. Make opener.
Whoa! It looked like you almost got there.
I know. Past David was taking some risks here.
No kidding. That's the kind of situation where you don't see that thing coming, you just hear the roar, and then it comes into frame and takes your head off, and that's it. Go back to save.
Yep. Well, here we go. I'm on my way to getting the Colt Python now, I believe.
Hooray. You grabbed so much ammo for it.
I know. Advanced mode adds so much. You know where the Magnum is normally stored behind that lion bust?
Mm-hmm.
You get like 24 Magnum bullets there on advanced. Yeah, it's wild stuff.
Yeah, you gotta turn in the office light in this room to see the jewel.
Yeah.
The memory card was the worst thing. As a kid, you walk in, get the save up for like 6 months, get the damn console, and they're like, "Would you like a memory card?" You're like, "What?"
Yeah, I know.
$30. Don't you have an off-brand one for like 20?
Well, on the PS1, you only had 15 memory slots. So
that's right.
Get a second memory card if you need if you have too many games. And remember which games are on which one.
Yeah.
I did like seeing the animated icons though on the memory cards. Those were cool.
Those were good. That's a lost art. People won't remember anymore. It ended. I think did they do it for PS3? I know they did it for PS2.
That's a good question. I don't remember.
Because PS2 had like animated memory card icons.
I think some of them animated,
Yes.
and then some of them didn't. I think it was on a dev thing for that game, or whatever they wanted to make one.
Yeah. Behold the Magnum.
Don't you have to go back to the courtyard to go through the tunnels?
Yep. I'm headed there shortly. I think I just want to get the gun.
This is my big gun.
Speedrunners can probably get the best ending a lot quicker than I did, but I am no speedrunner.
Donovan, you were 2 when this game came out, or -2?
This was what year?
96.
96.
-2. -2. I do remember. I think 4 was probably the first one that was like in my household. I remember my stepbrother having 4 when that came out, but couldn't have been less interested at the time.
Your first console that you remember playing was the GameCube, right? That was the first one you remember?
No. I had a PS1, the original Xbox, but later after they released, obviously. But I used to play like Spyro the Dragon on the first PlayStation. I had the OG Xbox, like when Halo 2 was coming out. GameCube was just the first one that like that was my first Nintendo console. I never had like a N64 or anything until that.
N64 is peak. Is this my year, David? Is this my year for the inductions? I can't remember. One of these years, I was always off by like a year or 2 with most of my stuff.
2001? Yeah, I think it is your year.
I think it's my year.
We're doing a GameCube video. We'll do an Xbox video. Jeez.
Yeah, I'll have to get
Probably a
those for
Smash
sure.
video since Melee came out in 2001.
Oh, it's true. Yeah.
Arm Squire says, "Wonder if Modisc is a translation artifact." Yeah, it's possible. It's always something. Now I want to know.
Does it actually say MO or is it M.O? I can't remember.
It's MO. Yeah. Magneto Optical.
Oh.
Oh, spiders, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
We warned on
That
it. Yeah.
is an ugly looking spider. My goodness.
Oh, I didn't realize that they appeared in the mansion.
Yeah.
Yep. And just in that, I think it's only in that hallway where the dogs jump out of the windows.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
They're in the guardhouse,
Yep.
too.
Yeah, I only remember them in
yeah,
the break
yeah.
room in the guardhouse, and then it's like one other place I can't remember.
How
I
did he
never remember
know?
seeing them in the mansion.
How did he know he was there? He was right there.
Bill's just that damn good, Greg.
Those guys were just minding their own business.
They were. Yeah, that's true. I came into this room later in the playthrough because if you go here early, there are dogs, and I didn't want to deal with that mess. So
Yeah.
with their nonsense.
Whenever the dogs are like, if they're walking and you can get them before they start running, it's fine. If they're already running, it's just annoying.
If you can kind of see Donovan, like the door thing is getting really annoying at this point because he has to go through so many of them so quickly in rapid succession.
That's a good
door,
You just got a double door there.
Door.
Donovan and I talked about that about Skyrim, like how when we had the home that you could build and you forgot something outside, you're like, no, because it was like a 4-minute loading thing to go in and out of that door.
A lot of loading screens back then.
Took so long.
The funniest transition between like slow loading screens and fast loading screens is the helpful tips they would give you in between.
Oh yeah, dealing damage
And
makes
how,
you
like,
die.
Those were fine back in then because what were you going to do for the next 2 minutes while you wait for the game to load? But nowadays, every game loads in a few seconds, and it's just like helpful tip: if you go to your save file and we're done. All right, next thing.
Yeah.
Preparing for the tunnels. Was that
I think
on?
I'm gonna have to split out of here.
All right.
And head off. It's been a fun little educational experience.
Glad you enjoyed it.
Yes. Appreciate it.
I
I'll
was
be
like, I'm never playing this game ever.
watch from the sidelines. I do want to play through all the REs. I might hold out for a remake depending how long I think it'll take, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll have to do this again, where David just clears an entire 3-hour run of Ocarina of Time when we sit and judge that.
That'll be fun. That'll be fun. Alrighty. Y'all take care.
All right, man. Later.
Take care.
Some, I feel like remasters like this are needed though. Like they're needed. Like remakes, I feel like at this point they are needed because no matter how great you thought a game was when you play it when you're 12, like getting my nephew to play this, he'd never play this game.
That's what we were talking about on the podcast this week. Like people saying that you don't need to play Star Fox on Switch 2 because this N64 version still holds up. Respectfully, no. If you played that game, then you can play it warts and all. But younger generations aren't going to go load up the N64 app or buy one and play Star Fox 64. They're just not going to do that.
Oh, you missed that. You were like, you're like, I'm going to get it. Watch midair, and you missed. Yeah, I knew what you were trying to do.
I know.
You're trying to be all cool.
Trying and failing.
No, yeah, you're right. It's nostalgia is a fickle thing. It really is. Like, even the voices, which I enjoy in the Star Fox, it's hard because you heard the compressed ones with terrible line delivery so much that they're just ingrained. Yep. So nothing's ever going to compare to that experience when you're 13. It's not. It's just different.
I disagree to some extent, just because I'm happy to have a new thing in Star Fox finally. I don't care what form it took, because it took so long for it to happen that it's like, yes, I have good vibes about the original, but I can also still go play the original. But I also want new Star Fox things.
Yep.
And if this is the path that we have to take to get new Star Fox things, perfectly acceptable, because I would still enjoy the heck out of this game.
Sometimes a fresh coat of paint is needed. Like there's no denying it. You need a fresh coat of paint on things because things are just old. Things age.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and those people saying that like the original is still, there's like, yeah, but there's a lot of people like David saying that don't want to. They don't want to play on an N64 controller. They don't want to play in old graphics. They want to play something new, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah, it's a buzz thing too. Like if it's an old game that no one's talked about for decades, the kids aren't going to care about it. They what's around them and what they're talking about is what they're caring about. They don't care about a 30-year-old game. I can promise you they didn't give a shit about Star Fox until it was in the movie. I can tell you, no one was. Yeah. My kids' friends were talking about Star Fox. No one was looking for him in Mario Galaxy, the game, until the movie.
Yeah.
Arm Squires, thank you for the bits. Appreciate that.
And if a remake is like enough removed from the original, it feels like playing a different game most of the time to me.
It does. That's how I'm feeling about the Ocarina of Time remake. Like that's my favorite game of all time. I am thrilled that it's being remade, even though I can still go to the original and enjoy it because I've done it so many times. But take Donovan for example. He's not going to go play that game. He's going to wait for the remake and play a modern take on it. And I totally get that.
See, right. You got the battery for the elevator to go the ramp, right?
Yep.
It's all coming back to me.
And like if the Ocarina of Time remake was exactly like the original, I would be a little bit disappointed because I think that the original kind of aged like milk. I think it was great for what it was at the time, but I think that it has aged poorly. And I wouldn't want to do it that way again. If it was, like, not the exact same way.
Yeah. No, I get what you mean. I'm looking forward to seeing. I think it will be a pretty pure remake, but I'm very curious as to what they'll change because they're definitely going to change parts of it. But like, people forget that game kind of defined targeting in third-person games.
Oh yeah, the Dark Souls targeting.
Yeah, and if you need they had to tutorialize it, and I'm wondering how they'll approach that, for example, in the remake, because people know how to target now because of Ocarina of Time.
Voice coming from this hole.
So I'm curious to see how
Let's go
they'll
together
handle
since
that,
it's dark and
those
we can't
aspects
see
of it.
very well.
Barry, in this tunnel on the other side of this door for no reason at all.
Okay.
Let's explore the tunnel together.
Will you go with him?
Are you all right? I can go first if you want me to.
Like how Jill's like this is the point in the game where she's starting to be like, Barry.
Okay, let's
what's up
go,
with you?
Barry. I'm depending on you.
You better not point a gun at the back of my head later, Barry.
Don't you trust me, Jill? I've been your bestie this whole time. What with
Let's
dropping
split
you
up.
down a hole.
Is that Enrico?
Is that Enrico? Is that Jill?
Is that Drill? Listen, Drill. It sounds like he just had like a huge sandwich and he can't move.
Yeah.
He's just like just sitting there.
Why did
There's a traitor among us. Oh, do you have any Tums?
Farm Squires is asking, why do you have Jill go first instead of Barry?
There is a point in the tunnels coming up where if Barry goes first, he'll disappear, and then you'll later find his body. He'll have been killed by a hunter.
Oh no!
Yeah, whereas, Barry just saved you. So again, like, you could see his character conflict in this. He's clearly bought and paid for, but he's trying to fight back. He's got a conscience. But yeah, it's a specific part, Arm Squires, where
Is that Jill?
if you have Barry go first, he'll get killed, basically.
Yeah.
You're
I
alive.
didn't.
Wait there.
And this is crazy
Are you
because,
with
like I said,
anybody,
I
Jill?
haven't played a lot of Jill's side of this story as much as I played Chris's.
What?
So there's a lot of
Yes.
stuff about Jill's story I just don't know.
Right.
Like I
Enrico.
knew that Barry. I knew about Jill's sandwich, and I knew about Barry.
So,
being
Barry and
buried.
Jill together.
But but I actually didn't know
Are
that
you
there are
all right,
so many ways
Enrico?
he dies in this area.
Yeah. Yep.
Are
You can
you in
also, if
Rodrigo?
you,
Doomed. Someone is a
yeah, are you
traitor.
okay? No.
Everything was plotted from the start.
Someone
by
on
Umbrella.
Stars is a traitor.
Dying.
How did this guy get this far in?
Dying.
Everybody else was like, oh.
Yeah. Here's Barry. He's going to do more investigating.
The first time I played this game, Barry wasn't there because I think he died. David, I think he died early on.
Yep.
He
You
he
can
doesn't
definitely
have
get
to
good Enrico.
appear. He doesn't have to appear in the tunnels. But I think if he doesn't, you'll encounter him again in the underground laboratory. And when Wesker tells him to beat it, he will. And then later you'll find his body in the laboratory. So yeah, there are a few ways he can die. At this
Harry is
point in the game.
investigating. Yeah,
It
looks
is.
like a bullet wound.
Yeah.
That's interesting because I really only know of the one way that Rebecca Chambers can die
Mhm,
outside of the
mhm.
times when you're controlling her.
You know what's weird is I did a playthrough as Chris just before this, and I never encountered the point where Rebecca screams and you have to go to her.
Mhm.
And so I was wondering the whole time, like, crap, like I wanted the good ending. And then sure enough, in the underground laboratory, she showed up, so I was relieved that she was alive, but I have no idea why I didn't trigger that event.
There is a skipping section where, like, if you do things a certain way, then that encounter where she runs into the hunter just won't even happen.
Oh, okay, that's probably what happened then.
So, like, you can trigger it by sheer accident. Because I did it
Yeah.
the first time I did it too. I was waiting. I was actually like, I read up on the section where she dies because I wanted so badly to save her, and then it just never even happened.
Mhm.
There's a ton of little things like that in this game, especially I think the internet existed, but it was very basic. So like, if you and your friend were playing the same game, or you were reading a magazine and saw a picture of a character that was in a cutscene that you didn't see, it like opened up this whole like, wow, how did that happen? And generated a bunch of
Yeah.
conversation and like replayability and like to try to get it through because it's games were a lot like especially arcade games, they were a lot shorter, so they had to be a lot harder. And like now games are becoming more like complex and interesting and longer and more expensive to make. And meeting certain requirements. Isn't there a boulder here? Did we miss the boulder?
Not yet.
Okay.
Boulder's still forthcoming.
Yes.
But no, I wasn't reading magazines. I was reading Game Facts with their
Oh, yeah.
ASCII typed little graphics of symbols.
Yeah, that's right. Here's the boulder, Greg.
Here you go. Game Pro is
You
my
have to go up
big
to it.
choice.
Oh, Game Pro, yeah. I liked that, and well, I had a Nintendo Power subscription when I was a kid. And I read Game Pro when my dad would buy it for me at the newsstands, but I also loved EGM. That was a great magazine.
Nintendo Power was always we went to Rite Aid or CVS, and like it was always in a bag, so I couldn't read it. So I just
Oh, yeah.
So I'd grab Game Pro and read that, and then put it back on the shelf.
It's just a hunter
Jesus!
hanging out on the other side of that,
Didn't even
just waiting for you.
not
He was
even
just
threaten,
standing
just
there the
like
whole time.
you're in mild
And
inconvenience
then the bigger
to me.
spider on top of that, gone.
Only 3 bullets.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
with,
the fight.
with the Magnum. With the Magnum. Even so, yeah, it's kind of a joke. And I left and came back in because all these baby spiders like burst out of her when she dies. But if you leave the room and go back in, they
She
will.
disappears like she
Yeah, they'll
derises.
disappear. Yeah.
That's right. It gives you a knife because you got to use it to cut the thing.
Now, here's one trick I learned. So again, I'm playing this on an emulator, and I was getting some achievements. If you go up to the door and let the spider spit its acid at you, and you dodge the acid will melt the web, which is cool. I never knew that.
Oh, wow.
Little
So
details
is
like
that like a
that.
speed run? Is that like a speed run skip?
Yeah, and I don't know if it's a speed run because it's definitely faster to chop it up with a knife. But like the achievement was something like open the door without using the knife, and I was like, what? And then I noticed the acid was eroding the spider web. And
I think you can flamethrower it too, David.
You can. Yeah.
Shades of Tomb Raider, dude. No, this is Tomb Raider. I stand by this. Tomb Raider was worse tank controls than this. It was rough. That game is.
That's because Laura's movement was
so
bad.
rough. Like you move like a snail, then jump like Spider-Man. It was such a difficult game. That's why I never got into it. I just could never. The controls were just too hard. And also like that's why they did like the stagnant camera angles, David, because like when you move with it, all the jagged moves with it and looks really bad, and you can't do as much detail if it's moving with the character. Rather than when it's
I do not
pre-rendered.
remember jumping in early Tomb Raider being intuitive in the slightest. I
No.
remember it being
It's so
finicky
bad.
and horrible and the fastest way to die in any given situation.
So
Yeah.
bad. So bad. I remember playing it at my friend's house being like, this game is ass, because I couldn't kill a tiger. I was sidestepping and it was very weird. It's a very weird.
Have you
game.
ever tried to kill a tiger in real life? It's hard, Greg.
But the
I have to
cover and the
sidestep
back
when
of the
I fight
box,
tigers.
TJ, it told me it was easy. She was jumping and had two big guns. And I'm talking about her pistols. Okay?
Thank you for the clarification.
I do love that there was just a hunter sitting behind that boulder room.
Yeah.
He pushed
right
it.
next to the door with the spider, just hanging out there. And I have to imagine the hunter was hanging out there because it didn't want to go back into the room with the spider.
Right. Who would? More snakes. More snakes.
Gotta have snakes. Where do they come from? Like they're just shooting out of the ceiling.
I know. So we're approaching the location of the second Mo disc. It's so easy to miss. You actually have to trigger this boulder, and then the Mo disc is hidden behind the boulder.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever got the good ending on this game. Ever.
There was definitely a whole bunch of esoteric things.
Oh yeah.
They did the same thing in the remake too. I remember like because Barry, I was fighting Lisa Trevor and Barry got knocked off and died. Just died.
Mhm.
Yep.
I was like, did that just happen? Like what?
I think that happens if you choose not to give Barry his gun. He'll get knocked off and die. Which is, Oh yeah, you mean dodging boulders, arm squares? Yeah, for sure. That's Shades of Tomb Raider. Now, if this were Chris, you would punch them. No, I'm just kidding.
All this high-tech equipment and they use boulder booby traps.
Yep. Sometimes simple is the way to go. It's like that. Did you guys see that episode of Batman the Animated Series where all the villains are sitting around comparing ways they almost got Batman?
Oh yeah.
Killer Croc's like, one time I threw a rock at him.
Rock at
It was
him.
a big rock.
It's
Yeah.
a big rock.
Scooting statues around.
Oh god, yeah, that grid.
you
You're
do.
just tied to that grid. Can't do jumping or anything.
Oh.
the wall crank for the statue. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
It is such a weird way for this puzzle to go to. Or
I know.
They built it that way, where there's just a column of rock that just slides out just to push the statue a little bit. So you
Yeah.
Don't ask questions. You start asking questions, this thing unravels really quickly.
Look, TJ, Spencer had a vision. Okay.
He certainly did. It was a wacky vision full of
It was. But it was a vision nonetheless.
I don't want it to just be scientific and life-saving. I want it to also be fun.
Yes. I want the staff to be completely flummoxed if they leave their ID card at home.
Oh, I forgot to bring my crank for the wall pillar.
Steve, can I borrow your crank? No way, man. You keep losing yours. That's a good sketch, right? Here's your ID card. Here's your C key. Here's your dormitory key. Here's your armor key. Here's your crank. What? Here's your crank.
Here's your crank. Now that's the hexagon crank, not the square crank. You'll find that later. Yeah.
Here's your diary. Writing it every day.
You're writing it every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll find like ammo throughout the house. Just don't touch it. It's just there just in case something happens, so it's easily accessible.
We are nearing the end game.
Almost to the lab. I remember the lab being... the lab's always the shortest segment in every Resident Evil, isn't it, David?
Usually, yeah. There's also that, like, there's also the in-between environment. Like, in this game, it's the tunnels. In RE2, it's the sewers. And that's technically the shortest area, I think. Because it's just meant to be kind of a bridge between the main area and the end.
Oh,
area.
right. Yeah, I forgot about the alligator in 2.
Yep.
Would you say Resident Evil 4 has one of those?
The remake?
Alligator?
Either one.
But now
Has
I'm
one of those.
thinking. Now I'm processing.
Maybe the lake?
Oh, the, like, Kraken thing that you fight? The...
Yeah, just how much you have to do with the lake with moving around and get... Because that whole
Oh,
section
yeah.
is kind of its own little adventure.
Yeah, it is. Much more so in the remake, because they added, like, the caves you have to explore and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot more bridges now. Like they've stayed true. They've surprisingly stayed true to the game, to Resident Evil's overall design for a long time. It's gotten more actiony, the perspective's changed, but it's yeah, I can't think of anything else. It's pretty mainstream now. There's not that many shorter sections. I did think that Requiem, it's a great game. Requiem, the only thing is that I feel like it had less environments than past Resident Evil games. I feel there was only like 3 environments: the mansion, the Raccoon City, and the lab.
I really liked the facility at the beginning, the mansion type environment.
The medical facility is great.
Yeah.
But like in
I like pretty much
4,
every...
you have like the you have the castle, you have the village, then you have the castle, and then there's like 8 different subsections of the castle, like the clock tower. I feel like and then there's then you go through like the village again. Like I don't know, they do it it's very cleverly designed.
Yeah.
The fact that you can cheese that whole sequence when you're running from the El Gigante, when you're running on those castle walls in the remake, David, it was great. I was like watching a Let's Play, a speed run. He's like, oh, you just throw a grenade at this corner and it opens the gate. I was like, that's great, because everything's rendered in that level. It's still there, right? You can actually interact with it. So if you throw it just right, it'll open the gate on the other side.
I like that they do this little bit where they actually show your hands and everything on the computer screen. Just take
Yeah. I missed it. I didn't look, but it's either Jill or Chris. One of them will actually like give a thumbs up if you get the password right. Like, yeah, I did it.
They hit their hand if it's wrong, too.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Huzzah! She's so happy about it. She's so proud of herself.
She is.
Is this what you were talking about, TJ? The music here, where the guy's like just hitting like 4 different keys and letting like a reverb set in.
Yeah, like I said, it sounds like somebody rolling on a Casio keyboard.
It does. It really does. That's a good way to look at it.
The slides. The slides that reveal the truth about Wesker.
Yeah. I think I look at those in this.
The naked zombies.
Gross. Yeah, and I
There's
remember,
a plate.
like,
Will you read it?
Like, visual data room. Aren't the naked zombies all like considered super zombies? I feel like they're stronger than the regular ones, the ones in the lab.
Well, their thing is they respawn like 6 times.
Mm.
So they're as easy to kill as a normal zombie, but they're not worth killing since they keep respawning.
Yeah, that's right, because in the remake they made them like super hard to kill unless you had acid rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Or I mean, like that was in Resident Evil 3 remake.
There he is. I knew it.
Hey, who's that scientist wearing his sunglasses? Yeah.
That's head of security.
I think it's funny that they have a whole bunch of people that are just very clearly developer inserts, and then this guy in sunglasses.
Yeah.
Very inconspicuous, Wesker.
Very.
Almost
There's one thing Wesker's good at. It's lying low. Also, complete global saturation.
You're a complete global annihilation. At one point, he just amassed so much money, he got so bored, now he had to completely redo the world into the mission.
Oh, RM Squire says this is making me want to play another RE game this month. RE7, I think, is the next one I haven't played. RE7's pretty good.
Yeah. Is it still the best-selling one in the series right now?
2 remake is.
Oh, okay. 7 had like the top spot for a while there.
It did, and before that, for years and years, it was Resident Evil 5, which that makes sense because when it first came out, it sold a bajillion copies because it came out on the back of 4.
4, yeah.
You know?
It also came out like whereas co-op was the way to play it, so you're like you have a built-in system to sell copies to everybody.
Yeah.
7 was great until I got to the ship. That part dragged on way too long.
You also became super overpowered, which kind of defeated the purpose of like that return to survival horror that game.
Yeah, because you have all this ammo, then all of a sudden you lose everything and have to like run and not fight anything, and you're like, that sucks.
I'm not gonna drop spoilers because RM Square hasn't played.
Yes,
but yeah, the back end of that game stinks. I would say the third. It's still a very good game overall, and it's worth finishing. But man, the back third of that game is a stinker.
I know, David. I know you weren't a fan of Village. I actually really enjoyed Village. I thought it was really, the 4 sections were really cool and all were slightly differently. I enjoyed that a lot.
Man, you want to talk about a game that turns you into Rambo by the end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It felt good. I was still scared at the Heisenberg section, even with all my ammo, though. That's pretty good. That's a good.
So, RM Squire says, I started RE7 and was freaked out inside the house, noped out. The first time I played that section, RM Squires, I was at E3. It was 10 years ago this year, and I played it in VR. So it was especially freaky. Oh yeah, I had to keep playing because I was there to write about it. But I was like, man, if it were up to me, I would be setting this headset down and leaving this booth. And that was the year Capcom's booth was built like the Baker House. Like it was this really like decrepit like cabin outhouse type deal.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was cool.
I imagine dealing with. I've never played Resident Evil 7 in VR, but I imagine that considering you deal with Mia in the first 2 hours of it, I imagine that's pretty intense.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Yeah, RM Squares, you're in for a treat with RE7.
We're sorry in advance
That
about
house
Ethan
is
Winters.
also.
Sorry in advance about Ethan Winters and his lack of personality.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
You know what's bad with
He's manageable in RE7 and in Resident Evil 8. Man, he is just like.
That's when I realized,
off and is still throwing out lines like, "What the heck is going on?"
They did Redfield. They did Chris dirty in 8 because he's just like, I don't have time to explain what I'm doing, the crazy things that I'm doing. Like, dude, you have plenty of time to explain. You're standing there staring at me. Just explain.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, he's a villain now. I'm like, no, he's just being quiet because exposition.
Yep. That's what I mean. Like Chris tends to appear in really lame games.
Yeah.
Like, I love RA5 for the gameplay. The story, I think, is kind of a mess. They don't do anything with Sheva. Poor Sheva is just there to be an exposition receptacle for Chris. Like, Sheva's cool. Like, she's this, like, 19-year-old, 20-year-old wonderkin who's, like, super, like, moving through the ranks of the BSAA super fast, but you don't learn anything else about her. So that's why I hope if they remake 5, they do something cool with Sheva. It's kind of deserves some kind of shine.
That was Las Plagas in 5, right?
It was like it was an evolution of Las Plagas. Yeah.
Because in the 4, it was just some like crazy like cult and like guy that got it, and then in 5 it was like a company trying to refine it again, right? Like Umbrella found out what it was, or Ada sold somebody.
So the reason in 4 it was Las Plagas. The reason they kidnapped Ashley was they wanted to plant it in her and then send her back to the U.S.
Yeah.
And start an outbreak of the government within the government and like take over. That's what they wanted to do.
I hated this part of the game. This terrified me. Those little Sibrus things, insect creatures, whatever they are. You get a better look at them in the remake, what they are supposed to look like. Like they're like insect-looking things, right? David, I forget what they're called.
These guys?
Chimera.
Chimera. Yeah, that's what they are. Yeah.
Is that right, TJ? I think it's Chimera.
That sounds right.
I was actually going to ask because I don't remember like if the monster compendium had these guys.
No, the slideshow did not have them.
So it's like you see that slideshow and all these critters, and then you run into a creature that you just haven't even seen before.
Yeah.
David's
This section.
responding to a Slack message, and then he goes.
Oh yeah, probably. Standing there like, huh? This room has the only box puzzle that's actually difficult because, like, if you're even 1 pixel off from covering the vents, then you'll fail and the room will fill with poison gas.
Yeah.
You also have to, like, maneuver the stairs in a certain way, and yeah, this puzzle's annoying.
Oh my god. Yeah, I didn't even remember this one.
Most people, I mean, it's easy to skip because it's the only reason you do this. Like, there's more Magnum ammo in the next room, but there's also another Modisc reader, the third and final one.
Man, they made you work for it in this one.
They really did.
You can like miss it too, like not just the ammo disc, but just where Chris is. I remember it being like off the beaten path, like not normally easy to find.
Yep. Yeah, Arms Squares, this section is pretty different in the remake. You got that room with like the shelves that you have to move around and stuff.
Oh yeah, the freezer, like it's done a lot better.
It's done a lot better.
They got a lot. The games got a lot scarier in the remakes. Like there were some things you just weren't scared of in like some of those sections.
What was the trigger for the gas?
Button.
The giant red button. Yeah, and if you even like, you didn't have to manually activate it. If you even walked over it, you'd trigger it. So you had to be really careful.
Oh, yeah, I see. Okay. What a ridiculous puzzle.
I know it.
It's not even like really hard to solve. It's just cumbersome and easy to make that little mistake.
Yep.
I mean, you're on the ground, right? You could take ladders and stuff, but you're basically on the ground. It's not like a Pokemon game. You're like tied to the grid and can't really do anything but move up, down, left, right. So you got to figure out a way to make that interesting in puzzle design. So you push things very slowly. Like those goddamn blocks in Ocarina of Time, David.
Yep.
No grab, no push, grab, no stop. Trying to grab you.
He's loading up on curatives.
Right. It's almost time.
What else? What did he forget? Wanted one more for insurance.
That's your last save, right? Or you're allowed one more for S rank.
In this game, saves don't matter.
Really?
Really.
Huh. That's such an integral part of Resident Evil that I wouldn't have ever expected that.
Yeah, I know.
I respect a game where the achievements are all actually achievable without like having been obnoxious. And the last couple of Resident Evil games were very not obnoxious, which was nice. I could 100% them.
There's one Mr.
Jill,
Raccoon somewhere in my
too.
Requiem game
Yes,
that I just
you're
cannot
here too?
find.
Look,
Probably
I
in
lost
Raccoon
my
City.
way.
Those are really hard to find.
Let's get going.
They really are. There was some of them where like you could be standing in the room, and if you're not looking at standing in just the right place, looking at just the right angle, it's man, they make some of them so hard.
Yep.
I missed one in the laboratory, and my last save I missed it, and I was like 4 hours behind. I was in Raccoon City the previous save, so I had to play through a lot just to find the last one.
I don't know if I like or don't like
Wesker.
the
You did a fine job,
collectibles
Barry.
just go away forever if you
Just
catch them
as
the
I
first time.
thought.
The stand's still there.
I think you should stay
Yes,
away
it's
from
still there,
Barry,
but-
Jill.
They
I
would
hear
be
that
fun
his
to catch
wife
again.
and 2
and then
daughters
it's
will
like a
be in
different
danger
profile or
if he
something.
doesn't do everything.
Barry,
you tell
no!
him.
How could you do this?
You are so cruel.
We should split up.
Well, you don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah,
because
even
you'll
now
be
she'd be like,
free
wait,
from
let's
this
split up.
world very soon, Jill.
Why do you have to destroy stars?
That's Umbrella's intention. This laboratory has been engaging in dangerous experiments and recently enacted.
His motives were so much clearer in the
This
remake and in
disaster
Veronica
cannot
and in
be
Zero.
That's why having stars nosing about is
Because
so
I just realized this, David. Like this
So
implies
you're a
his
slave
dialogue
of
here implies
Umbrella
that he
now,
was doing what Umbrella
along with
told him to
these
do, but
virus
he unleashed the
monsters.
virus so he could have battle data to sell
I
to
think
people
you
who wanted the
misunderstand
virus.
me, Jill. To me, the monsters you mentioned mean nothing. I'm going to burn all of them together with this entire
Yeah,
laboratory.
Wesker's got a grand
I
plan.
must
all right.
complete my
Money.
mission as
Wanted
ordered
money.
by Umbrella. Barry, go up on the ground
Ouroboros.
and
That
wait
was
there.
the name of the Las Plagas virus in Resident Evil 5. I was trying to remember.
Barry,
That's right. Yeah, I knew it was like evolved from Las Plagas, but I couldn't remember.
Barry's such a fool.
Yeah,
He'll be under the
Ouroboros.
control of
Yeah, it goes back to that like
how come
your
both
genetics
Umbrella
matter
and you
everything. They said that
intimidate
started with
him
Code Veronica.
by
Remember the
taking his
genetic
family as
thing? Like it was about
hostages?
genetics or something that they were figuring out in the
Umbrella?
virus, and like certain people can
Well,
handle it or
I
whatever without
intimidated
like
him,
horrible
but it had
mutation.
nothing to do with Umbrella. I just used him for
That's,
my personal purposes.
That's
Though both
a
you and Barry
plot
seem to
point
think I was
in later
following
Resident
orders
Evils
from
where,
Umbrella.
So
well, I
you're
guess they
planning
hammered it
something
home.
else?
They kind of just
If you
laid it
succeeded
all
in
out in
developing the
Requiem,
world's most powerful
where,
biological
they
weapon,
did get infected at
What
a
would
certain
you
point,
do?
but like it just worked
what if
slower
you
for some
were
reason.
in charge?
They did in Requiem a little bit, like they thought
You
her
must stop
genetics
this
had
now.
something to do with like the perfecting the virus,
You're a
which is
brave
what
girl.
was it what Wesker
But if
did
I were
basically.
you,
Just
I wouldn't give up such a big discovery. You guys are idiots. no one understands its real value.
So you're going to steal all
They've
the
made like
research?
a few different cures
Better
for
yet,
the Resident Evil virus,
going to show
or
you
the
the
T
time.
virus.
Mm.
Oh,
My favorite is in Outbreak 2 because not only do you have to wait, it's
Sorry,
like every
Joe.
scenario is on a timer,
how's your family?
and not only do you have to wait
I was
to
listening to
oh,
what you and
get him,
Wesker
Barry.
were talking about.
Yeah.
I wish I realized it earlier.
I'm a
thought it
good
must have
guy again.
something to do
Look
Look at
with
all that
Umbrella.
clipping through his head, through his clothes too. It's great. You can see it much
So it's
worse
all
on this
been
one because it's
masterminded
clean.
by him.
Yeah.
But it's good that you
But
know
in
that now.
so in Resident Evil
Anyway,
Outbreak
let's
File
get out of
2's
this
last
house
scenario,
first.
you
Jill.
have to make
Yes, what?
cures to get the best
Do you
ending
have
of the
any
scenario.
idea what
You have
Wesker
to
was
make
going to show
cures
you at
for
the
your
back of
entire
this place?
team of 4, and it takes
Well,
about
he
2
was
minutes to
talking
make
about
each
the
cure,
world's most
and then you
powerful
need to make an extra
biological
cure
weapon
because you
called
fire it at the
Tyrant or
tyrant to
something.
kill it.
I think.
Oh wow.
Do you think
And
we could see
that is a
Tyrant
stressful
now?
situation because there's so much
Barry,
collecting
you're
of ingredients
so
and then
optimistic.
waiting.
It would look bad for Stars if we let
I always
such a
thought that the virus
dangerous
was only
creature
like
run loose.
airborne for a certain amount
Maybe
of
you're
time
right.
and then died because
Let's go then.
if you're bitten by a zombie, doesn't mean you're automatically dead. The second a zombie bites you in this game, you're just dead because you're gonna turn into a zombie. But game logic.
Yes, unless you're a main character, in which case, no.
Right.
That is literally all there is to it.
That's right.
Look at that CGI.
Yeah. Barry was like, "What are you looking at?" Oh,
Yeah. Oh, I see.
I see it now.
I always thought that was his heart on his chest, but it's actually a tumor.
Can a creature like this really be the
Is it?
ultimate biological weapon?
They call
It
it
sure
a
works
tumor.
like a heart,
Wesker
and it
is
sure
a
kills him if
crazy
you blow it up.
Sure
Tyrant
does.
is not completely developed.
Hold on, Joe. Let me just
But
press
we
some
can't let
buttons
it
here.
live.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite tropes in video games. Like everyone
That
just
must be
knows how
the
to use the
computer
computer
for
systems,
monitoring this
no
creature.
matter where they are.
Okay, well, like, why are you touching it? Why is he going over there? You don't need to touch it. What do you?
I'm just gonna try defragmenting really quick.
Why would he? Who designed this system?
I just want to see if they have spider solitaire.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, that's where it is the monster boat.
But it's cool
Whoops.
because David, you can see like the like where Mr. X comes from this, where Nemesis comes from this. Like it all they all keep that in the lore pretty tight.
Yep.
You drained my
can't
tube of
control what
Mountain
it
Dew.
does.
Now die.
Now die.
Oh, I like it better when Wesker's there and he dies that epic death. That's a great death.
That's what I'm saying. In the conversation with Chris and Wesker, it's so funny because Wesker sounds legitimately hurt when Chris laughs at him.
Yeah.
He's like, "This is my greatest creation, Tyrant," and Chris is like, "Ah," and Wesker's like, "What, Chris? Stop it!"
Stop laughing at me. I think this is the canonical ending too, like at least for like his Barry gets knocked
Barry?
unconscious but
Yeah.
survives, and then
Barry?
Wesker dies, setting off the self-destruct sequence, and you can go find his body,
You're
but he
alive.
gets up in the Code Veronica like diary or whatever. He
I'm
escapes.
really embarrassed.
Well,
was
Barry is
clumsy.
also in Resident Evil Revelations 2.
Yeah,
Let's get going.
it's the only
I
other
really
game
wish they
he's
would
in,
use-
right? Is it? That's the only other
Yes.
game he's ever been in, other than the ending of 3.
They do need to give him another game at some point. At the very least, they need to bring him back in some capacity because it's kind of a bummer that they just
What
use him
happened to
in Resident
Wesker?
Evil Revelations 2 and that's it.
Yeah.
He's in Resident Evil Gaiden, like the Game Boy game.
Oh,
The game
Oh,
you're killing.
right. Yeah.
Wesker must have set it off.
You can go find Wesker's
There's not
body
much
too.
time
I've done
left
that.
for
I
us.
went to the thing and I found his body killed by the Chimera. He's just dead on the floor. Because I think you find that button too, David. It's like, it's a self-destruct button. I probably shouldn't press it now.
Probably not.
He's thinking about what he wants to eat when he gets home.
Go get Chris.
eNinja81, welcome to the chat. He asked if this is a speed run. This is not a speed run. I was just attempting to get the good ending and the infinite ammo rocket launcher, which you, to do that, you need to finish the game in under 3 hours. I know there are speedrunners out there who can do this game in like sub 1 hour, I think. But I watch all the cutscenes, and again, I go for the good ending. If you want a speed run, you go for the bad ending. So yeah, this was just me playing more of a casual playthrough, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see how off the beaten path that is to miss? I think I missed that the first time I played the game.
It's very easy to, yeah. Especially if you don't have any of the mode discs. Yeah.
It's really funny that it just says that 3 times instead of saying you've entered all 3 passcodes.
I know.
You've entered the passcode. You've entered the passcode.
Oh yeah.
Jill!
Oh, Chris! So you're okay?
Yeah.
I always love that
You
animation,
too.
that like
What
that
happened
salute
to
they do.
Wesker?
They even do that in RE2.
Let's talk about it
and
later.
as
Let's
well,
get
I
out
think.
of here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I want to interview these actors so bad.
Did you see the Residents of Evil YouTube channel made a fan film with them?
No, I didn't see that.
I haven't watched it yet, but I really want to.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
My agent called me and was like, I got you a gig.
I think they did get them together for
They
another actual like official project recently.
They did. It was Barry. I know the actor who played Barry was there, and I think Chris and Joe were there, and they they talked and did like some and reminisced and talked about the game and stuff like that. Did some photos.
Was it a promo? I think it was a promo for the new movie, right?
I don't remember.
Like they brought them in for like a photo shoot or a promo for the movie that's coming out.
I know it was recent. It wasn't old.
Yeah.
It was more recent than old. It wasn't like 10 years ago. It was more recent.
I feel like it was a promo for the new movie.
Ooh, eNinja81. I beat Final Fantasy games in under 90 minutes. So yeah, I gotta go fast. Yeah, that's impressive.
These games are a perfect example of like learning and improving because you just get better every time you play them.
Yeah. I bet I could do a speedrun of this if I didn't care about, like, if I skipped the cinematics and I didn't care about getting the good ending, I could probably do a speedrun of this.
That's how I got the achievement of Requiem for beating it in under like 2 hours. Is this? It allowed me to use the rocket launcher, so I'm like sick.
Oh, nice.
So I just cheated the whole way through.
Come on, everybody, let's leave. As a family.
As a family. Rebecca? Who's that? Like, oh, poor
She
Rebecca.
just doesn't exist in the... That's...
Nope.
Have they ever, like, addressed how they rectify that?
No,
Is there, like,
and-
a canon that says that Barry, Jill, Chris, and Rebecca escaped?
I don't think so. I think other than, like, S.D. Perry's novels. But, like, yeah, if you're Chris, Barry doesn't make it.
Yeah, Barry
He's
just disappears.
Yeah.
He dies right here. Right? Does he
No,
die
he
right
doesn't,
here?
like... He completely disappears from Chris's game after the lobby, after you all rendezvous in the lobby.
Look at those graphics. That's so great. It's so great.
Oh no!
State of the art, 1996.
Come all the way here.
Right.
Ladies first. Go first, Jill.
Go first, Jill.
Give me a chance to play nice.
Still had a Widow's Peak technology on
I'll leave it
lock in
up
this
to
era
you.
with Barry's
See you get in the
hairdo.
heliport.
Yeah.
There's that same wave animation they always do. Yeah.
I love that the clock just kept running while cutscenes are happening, so if you took long enough, this could literally just, it would explode in the middle of this cutscene.
They're always there. Yeah, the design, they're always gracious enough to give you more than enough time you need. In fact, you don't need to even like shoot the tyrant, right? David, you just run around until he throws down the rocket launcher.
Yeah, it doesn't like shooting him actually doesn't do anything. At first I thought it was either time based or damage based, but it I think I don't fire a single bullet in this fight. I just dodge him until it gets down to like 90 seconds or something.
We always had really cool 4th of Julys at my house, and I remember thinking to myself when I saw this, I want a box of flares that just open up and shoot into the sky.
Heck yeah. Best type of flare.
Like just a briefcase of cool explosives.
So illegal in my state. So illegal.
in the context of 4th of July, mind you. In the context of holiday celebrations. Not just carrying around a case of explosives.
Of course, DJ, of course. Here he is.
That claw remained consistent throughout the series too, David, with Birkin and Tyrant and not Nemesis, but whoa, whoa.
The ultimate life form can't turn on a dime.
No, he can't. Oh. So the trick here, which I keep fudging, is you have to, when he goes like that, he's getting ready to run at you. You have to just stay on his right side, and he'll miss. He'll just completely miss.
There you go.
I keep messing it up.
That was, he went around you like 4 times and then slashed.
Yeah. Okay, it's down to, I think it's like 30 seconds when Brad drops the rocket launcher.
Remember, it was so badly compressed on the PS version you couldn't hear what he was saying. He was like, Jill, use something to do this or whatever, or something. You can't hear because he's like through a megaphone. What if they cleaned it up in your emulator?
Peg there. Come on, Brad.
Brad's taking his time. You don't know how hard it is to pilot a helicopter and also go into the back of it and drop a rocket launcher box.
Fair.
You're an Amazon, Jill. That's what it sounds like he's saying, but I can't. It's so modulated, I can't hear what he's. He said, use this to control the monster. Or to destroy the monster. Something, you're an Amazon, Jill, is what it sounded like he said.
Your Amazon delivery, Jill.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Use Prime to...
Nice.
I love this. Yeah, the triple.
Get him.
Look at the head. The mouth is still moving.
He's looking at you like... and that second one, he's looking at you like, you did this to me.
Yeah.
Because mash that subscribe button. Mash it. I want you to break your keyboard. Palm it. Palm the whole keyboard. Wow, and that was Born a Legacy, 1996, and spanned how many games? I want to say easily 15.
Whoa. Yeah, they're up to a lot. All those side games and stuff.
Yeah, not all of them great, but they did exist.
No, Enid J81, you're not a bad person. You are just really good at Final Fantasy.
Where's Barry?
Kablam.
I love that Chris is wiping sweat off. Like, Chris, you can do shit in this playthrough.
He sat in a dirty prison cell for like 3 hours.
That's true.
Isn't there? There's another ending where you don't even activate the self-destruct mechanism. This mansion's just still there.
Right. And you don't fight the tyrant on the heliport either.
I think that's the bad ending.
Yeah.
I've never played the bad.
They don't even have their last names. It just says Jason. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Wait. Hold on. This must have been before like they had like rules that you had to be credited. Like there's no last names.
I know.
Where's their
Charlie.
Gregory, Linda? These are just, or maybe they just found actors that only had first names. Wow, that's funny.
Huh.
Japan used to be really bad about that. Like if you roll the credits on like Castlevania, all the developer names were made up because they didn't want anyone getting credit because they were afraid other companies would poach them.
Even I mean, they're bad at that now. When Nintendo didn't give the guy who made the Donkey Kong rap credit in the movie, like they're even kind of mad about that today.
Yeah. I don't remember these credits being so interesting.
I think this also might be a good ending, but I'm not sure. Look at those slick camera angles. Wow.
Yeah.
So you can tell this is from the PS hardware because they're all jagged. Like the capture, they're much more jagged than your emulator. God, I was 12 years old. That's crazy. Can we just go back, please? God, I'd love to be working in the .com boom. Oh my God, so good. So much growth. So much opportunity.
Oh, what a game.
I know. For a while I was of the opinion that I'd never play it again just because if I wanted a classic RE2 scratches that itch so well, but I got really into this and would just like every night after I was done working, I would just fire this up, play it for a few hours, beat it. This was only like a month or two ago that I recorded this.
Where's your rank?
Kaboom.
My rank is, I think that's rank.
I don't think it gives you a rank, does it?
No, it doesn't. That's 2 started that, I think.
There's your alternate costume.
Nice.
Yeah. And that will conclude our playthrough.
Find parentheses closet.
Yeah, no, I love that. Well, everyone, thanks for joining us, hanging out, watching. This was fun.
Yeah, no, it was awesome to relive that again, and you beat it really quickly. It would take me forever to beat this game, so.
How many memories?
Yeah, I know. Good stuff. We'll have to do it a couple years for Resident Evil 2. That'll be fun.
I was serious about you beating Ocarina in Time in under 3 hours, and then let's
Oh
do
boy.
that.
I'll have to
Can
glitch
you
the
do
hell out of that game. Probably with glitches. I am going to be streaming in the remake. I'm going to stream the 3-Heart Challenge, which I've never done.
Oh, nice.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Okay. Practice makes perfect.
Yep, that's the plan.
That was fun. Happy
I'm gonna
30th
use
birthday,
fairies,
Capcom. And Resident Evil. Capcom's older than that, but.
Yeah, thank you to RM Squires, ENinja81, everyone else who joined us. We will catch you in the next stream.